I tell you, Colonel Harrigan, it is just awful. Wait till you see McHale and his pirates. They're having an orgy. I mean, they're fooling around with women, and they're gorging themselves with food, and they're drinking. I think it's terrible.
Me, too. How come I wasn't invited?
What?
I mean, that's terrible, terrible. It's very unmilitary. If this is true, we're going to have to take steps.
Well, of course it's true, Colonel. Carpenter here saw them with his own eyes. You got to lock him up and throw away the key.
Yes. Throw away the key. Yes.
Colonel, we got to hurry. The cafe's just down the street.
Oh, yes.
I hear that after they feed us, they throw us to the lions, but who cares?
Ladies and gentlemen, I should like to propose a toast.
Skip, condition ready. Captain Harrigan's coming with Colonel Binghamton. Colonel Harry's coming with... boy, you better get out of here.
All right, Chuck. Don't blow a gasket. Ladies and gentlemen, battle stations. Now then, in Italian, students, it's buongiorno. Buongiorno.
Look at this, Colonel. Did you ever see anything so disgusting?
It's disgusting.
Buongiorno, Colonel. I mean, good day, sir, and Captain Binghamton. And you come to join our class, sir?
Yeah, boy, you'd really like it, sir. We've learned buongiorno and buonsera and bonita, and we have crackers and milk at nap time.
Don't you bono me, you dodo. Did you ever in your whole... Is this disgraceful?
You're right. This is the dullest orgy I've ever seen.
Orgy, sir? Why, this is our weekly language class, yes, in order to promote a good civilian relationship. As, for example, grazie, thank you.
Thank you.
Now cut that out. You're not going to fall for this, are you?
Fall for what? Why, I think this class is a wonderful idea, McHale. I didn't know you spoke the language.
Well, I try to speak at it, sir. See, my mother was from Italy, and, matter of fact, I still have relatives up north.
Who cares about his relatives? Who cares about that?
As you were, Binghamton. Don't you ever dare give me a false report like this again. Telling me there's trouble, wasting my time. The next time you have a complaint, I want to hear it in Italian.
I might have known this would be your idea of an orgy. Don't you ever get out?
You know, McHale, I've always wanted to learn the language.
Oh, yes, sir. Please be seated, sir. All right, class. Thank you. Grazie.
Grazie. Telling you, Carpenter, you ever put me in a spot like this again, I'll have your hide.
But, sir...
They're always seeing things. They're having an orgy. They're having an orgy.
Oh, watch out, Captain.
Watch out for what? What happened here? Why didn't you warn me?
I tried to tell you so, but you wouldn't listen.
Here he is, Carpenter. Grab him.
No,
This man,
sir.
they tried to run down his commanding officer. You're assassin, you murderer.
Assassin, murderer.
You heard him at his confession. Arrest him.
Yes. Oh, sir, it's Quartermaster Christopher.
I
one of
don't care who
McHale's
he
men.
is. He's too small to be in the Navy.
But, Captain, it wasn't my fault. You didn't look where you were going. You just stepped right out in front
I
of the
don't
jeep.
care
I was
about
driving
that.
it.
Arrest this man.
Sir,
What is it?
that isn't him. He's here. This
I
one.
don't care.
That one.
That man. Wait a minute. Arrest this sneak. They're all in this thing together. Throw them out on the brig. What?
All right, boys, gather around. Now, this is it. Christie's being held in the clink about here, right?
Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Now, we start tunneling right here.
Just what are you blockheads up to?
We blockheads came up with an idea to spring Christie. See, we're going to dig a tunnel from here to jail.
I see. Now, let's see. You're going to dig. And how many shovels you got?
5, Skip.
You got about a mile and a half to go. I'd say that Christie would just about be ready for retirement by the time you guys make it.
Right, just
I told you blockheads it wasn't any good.
But, Skip, we can't just stand around and do nothing.
Exactly. That's why you're going to have to leave everything to your old Uncle Dudley.
What do you mean?
Hold it, boys. Hold it. Now, look. The way I have it figured is the only guy that can get Christie off the hook is the Colonel. Now, since I can't get a phone line through to Naples, I'm going to have to go after him, right?
But wait a minute, Skip. We're all restricted to the base.
You'll be AWOL.
Exactly. But if you guys cover for me, nobody will ever know. Now, look, Chuck, you're in charge. And don't you monkeys get out of line. And I don't want one bit of trouble.
Skip, we'll be just as good as if you were here.
You have to be a lot better than that. Don't worry, Skip. I'll keep my eye on them. These guys won't get out of my... All right, boys, let's get the stuff off the truck and onto the boat. Now, let's move it. We haven't got all day on the double.
I played a little easy, Mr. Parker. You don't want a mutiny on your hands.
Right. Mutiny. Oh, no, wait a minute. I mean, is there talk? The guys were... Oh, very funny, very funny. Just get the stuff on board, will you? The talking lamp is out.
Hey, will you be careful with the eggs?
Who needs careful? They're powdered.
Well, I don't want powder all over the deck. And stop arguing.
Brother, when's the Skip getting back?
Yeah, that's... All right. No talking in the ranks. Nice guys, always.
Voltafiore, sì? Il suo nome è Quinton McHale's.
Hey, there's a... Say, Mr. Parker? Oh, no, nothing. I was just... say, Gruber. Yes, take over.
I guess the strain of command is too much for Mr. Parker.
Ma che cos'è con questo uffa?
Hey, hi, Skip. Boy, you sure got back in a hurry.
Ehi,
What do you got?
chi è questo qui?
Che ne sacci? Un americano pazzo.
Che pazzo?
Hey, Skip, what's with the disguise anyway? Oh, I get it. Top secret, huh?
Ma cos'è questa cosa di... È questo di occhio, eh? Cos'è?
Un poco stonato, mi crede.
Hey, Skip, did you get to see the Colonel?
Che ha detto? Che colonel? Che?
Oh, I get it. Can't talk, huh? Okay. I'll play dumb.
Non sai inglese, porca la miseria, non mi dica. Cos'è questo qui?
Scusami, my name is Dominic Ronaldo.
Shh. Don't you know you're not supposed to use your real name?
And this man is Giuseppe Maggiore.
Sì, il mio nome è Giuseppe Maggiore, io sono il cugino del commendatore McHale.
He's looking for his cousin, yeah? Commander Quinton McHale.
Comandante Quinton McHale.
His mother and his father is the brother. All of the same family, all connect off, you know?
Hi, Skipper. What's with the phony clothes?
Shh. Undercover work. Top secret.
No. She's no secret. He's no skip. He's looking for his cousin, Commander McHale.
Comandante Quinton McHale di Voltafiore, sì. La mia mamma è venuta di Carpi Modena.
Goodness. That's terrific, Iprisque.
Ma cos'è con questo...
No, non make with the eye, no. Dammi la lettera, Giuseppe, la lettera.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Vedete adesso.
I'll show you. Yeah. Oh. Dear Angelo. Angelo, he's the papa.
Angelo, il mio papà.
Yeah.
Eccolo.
Aspetta. Here it is. My son is Commander Quinton McHale.
Comandante Quinton McHale, il mio cugino che è venuto... La mia mamma è venuta di Carpi.
Station in Voltafiore.
Voltafiore, proprio qui.
Yeah, if you find him, say hello.
Ah, sì, allo! Allo!
Then he really isn't the skipper. Oh, boy, you sure fooled me.
How about that? He's just a lanceman. Pleased to meet you, cuz. So you're the cousin of Commander McHale.
Sì, cugino. Io sono il cugino di Quinton McHale. La mia mamma è venuta di Carpi, Modena. Il mio papà di Torino. Mamma mia, quando lo vedo, ti braccio.
We better be getting back, Mr. Parker.
Yeah. Gee, boy, well, look, if I see a skipper, I'll tell him you're looking for him.
Ma dove vanno adesso?
Allora.
Un momento, signori, non mi porta con lei per vedere il mio cugino sopra la barca?
No, look, you don't understand. We have to go back to the war, see? So long.
Hey, what's with the skipper?
Look at that getup.
Wonder how I made out with the colonel.
couldn't have been good. He broke him down to an Italian fisherman.
All right, you guys, come on. Let's quit standing around and let's go.
Voglio vedere il mio cugino. Dove sta McHale?
Hey, Skip, why don't you get back?
What's the bit?
What is it, Italian Halloween?
We got news for you guys. This ain't the skipper.
What? Gruber's right. All right, now look, it's like we told you, see? You can't come with us, see? Well, so why don't you just go away? Shoo. Yeah. Come on, boys, let's move.
Hey, Danny, now, wait a minute. You're putting us on.
It's his twin if it ain't him.
Oh, it's gotta be.
It's the skipper's cugino on his mother's side.
Ah, sì, cugino. Il McHale è il mio cugino. Dove?
Okay, so the skipper's your cousin. Now be a nice paisan and get off the boat. Pronto, quick.
Hey!
Excuse me, Mr. Parker, but we better take him with us and leave before old Leadbottom gets here and finds the skip's missing.
Huh? Yeah. Maybe you're right, Burge. Okay, look, everybody, get your stations, start the engines, and let's move out.
He's a casino! Casino!
Mi portano a trovare il mio cugino McHale! Ehi, cugino! Oh, everything's lovely in Volta.
Excuse me, sir.
You watch where you're going, Elroy.
Sir, I was enjoying a song recital so much I wasn't looking.
Boy, never mind. I'm so happy today that not even you can bother me.
Oh, thank you.
Well, let's press on to McHale's base, shall we? Avante.
Sir, couldn't you tell me now what your plan is?
I could, Elroy, if you'll just quit panting.
Oh, sir.
I'm going to require McHale and his men to be character witnesses at the court-martial of Christopher.
Well, sir, I don't see what that has to do with anything.
You don't see?
No.
You don't see? Don't you understand? They're bound to perjure themselves. Then we'll have the whole caboodle of them.
Oh, sir, that is the most underhanded, vicious, evil plan I ever heard of, sir.
Thank you, Elroy. Rather like it myself.
Drive on.
Well, Binghamton finds out that we got a civilian on our base.
Stop your worrying, Mr. Parker.
We'll just keep stashed till the skipper gets back.
I sure hope the skip gets through to the colonel.
Oh, Christie's goose is cooked.
Il mio cugino, dov'è?
Look, he's not here. Not here, see? Well, we're gonna have to hide him.
Condition red! Condition red! Binghamton coming! Sure lucky you get back in time, Skipper-san.
Ma questo qui è un giapponese. Cosa fa qui?
Oh, come on, Skip. This is no time for joke. You better put your uniform on first.
Now, look, you guys, we gotta get it out of here and on the double. Now, Avanti, I think. Avanti, moving.
Avanti. Go on down. Hey!
Will somebody tell me what's going on?
You'd never believe it. Fuji, beat it. Take off.
Porca la miseria. Dov'è il mio cugino?
Sure.
Put him in the skipper's tent and tell him to be quiet.
Oh, allo! Io non vedo il mio cugino. Andiamo.
Silenzio. Shush, quiet. Silenzio.
Oh, capisco. Ma la parola è silenzio!
Hey, will you keep him quiet in there?
Parker.
Oh, howdy, Captain.
Oh, howdy, Captain, you. What's the matter with you? Have you added deafness to your other deficiencies?
Oh, no, sir. As a matter of fact, good hearing runs in our family, yeah. Why, you know, when I was a little boy, I used to answer dog whistles.
That's good training, because I have a problem for you. How are you at fetching?
Huh?
I want you to fetch McHale.
Oh, that's very funny, sir. Oh, you do get off a good
Shut up. Well, Fido, you're still standing there. Fetch McHale or I'll braid your tail for you.
What'd you say?
McHale. McHale!
McHale, il mio cugino.
McHale?
Oh,
I'm gonna get it.
Keep him quiet. The captain wants to see the skipper.
Yeah, we heard. Ma che succede qui? Mamma mia!
There's mine right here, too.
McHale, you get out here.
Oh, boy, I wish there was some way that the skipper could get through to us.
Hey, I think he just did. Look. You mean? Come here, Giuseppe. Come here. All right. Shh. Easy, Giuseppe.
What do you think?
Hey, boy, in that outfit, he'd be a dead ringer for the skipper. Hey, do you really think we could?
Perfect. Ma che succede qui?
Yeah, sure. All he has to do is open his mouth and we're dead.
We could say he's got laryngitis and that he can't talk.
Sure, and all he's got to go out there is just wave at lead bottom.
McHale, you get out here on the double or I'm coming in.
Well, he's all right, look, all right, we got to do it. You get him in that outfit and I'll stall Binghamton. Look, you go along with this for a favor. See, a joke. You put on the outfit and you'll see your casino, okay?
Casino, okay?
Howdy again.
Howdy, my foot. Where's that overgrown 8-ball? Where is he? Where is he?
You see, sir, we just, say your Jeep got a little messy coming over here. Listen, why don't you let the boys not clean it up for you? Hey, boys, take her. Come on, boys, let's check the water and oil in
Wait
here.
a minute. I don't want the Jeep fixed. Just keep away. Don't touch the
Don't worry,
Jeep.
sir, we'll have it. No,
Don't touch it.
Let it go.
I don't want the Jeep touched.
Check the water and oil out of here, boys.
Don't touch the Jeep, I
Wait, we're not
said.
through.
I don't care what you do with that. Don't touch the Jeep.
Leave the Jeep alone, boys.
Lay that foot down there. There's something going on around here. I'm going to find out. McHale!
Well, wait a minute, sir. You can't go in there. I forgot to tell you, sir. He's sick.
I know that. Where is he?
No, sir. You don't understand. He's contagious.
Contagious?
Yeah, he's got infectious laryngitis. Yes, sir. Can't talk. Yes, sir. Of course, maybe he's not too weak to wave. I'll ask him. Skipper! The captain's here. You want to wave to him? Well, you're pretty lucky if he waves to you. Yes, sir. Hadn't waved to anybody in hours. Very weak.
Look. Man, we better let him stick his head out.
Now, look, you wave, you no talk, okay? That's it.
If he doesn't come out of there this minute... Hey.
Hi, Skipper. That's Skipper.
What was that? Why were those two men holding him up?
Why? Well, he's weak as a kitten. I told you he's been sick. Yeah, he got that laryngitis thing. So, look, if there's anything I can do for you, I'd be more than happy.
Something you can do for me. You can get out of my way. That's what you can do for me.
Oh, wait a minute, sir. As officer of the day, I'm going to have to ask you, halt, who goes there?
Who goes there? Have you gone out of your mind?
What's the password?
The password is get out of my way or I'll have you hung for insubordination in a combat zone.
Well, that seems like it. Yes, sir.
I just recognize it. All right, McHale, come out of there. That's an order. All right, funny man. Looks to me like all you're suffering from is an advanced case of hangover, right?
See, he can't say anything. He's got that laryngitis.
Shut up,
no words.
shut up. No words. All right, the hijinks are over around here. I want to know what's going on. Now start talking, McHale.
Sì, McHale, il mio cugino lo voglio trovare, sai dov'è?
You there? Thought you said he couldn't talk. Wait a minute, what are you babbling about?
Il mio cugino, McHale, voglio trovare Quinton McHale.
Uh-huh. You're drunk, aren't you? You're drunk. Just look at you. You're a disgrace. And look at that. You need a haircut.
Hey! Perché mi fa così? Mi tiri capando.
Hold it, Skip. Hold it. No, he didn't mean it. See, he works out that way.
All right, did you see that?
I saw.
Oh, we'll slap him in irons.
Oh, no. Yeah, honestly, you're sorry. Sorry.
Ma porca la miseria, prima mi fa così e dopo mi tiri I capelli. Ti do un creppo, sai?
Don't you touch me, McHale. You stop it with that Italian gibberish.
Well, he can't speak English, sir.
What?
I mean, he's Italian, see, so he...
Somebody spike your cornflakes.
Sir, you see what Mr. Parker means is the skip thinks he's Italian. He's suffering from battle fatigue. And a little rest would be good as new.
Yeah, I like what he said. What he said after...
Oh, really? Battle fatigue, huh?
Sì, c'ho una lettera qui che mi dice McHale a volte fiore.
Yes, he is acting strangely. And you know something? He even looks a little weirder than usual. Roy, this is even better than I planned. Battle fatigue. Let's take him in.
We'll take him in? Oh, no. Now, we've got to keep him here. He needs his rest.
Does he? Well, he'll get all the rest he needs on the hospital ship on the way back to the United States, Elroy.
All right, Commander, let's go. Avanti.
Vediamo. In the back.
Va via.
No, look,
Porca la miseria, sempre qui.
Any luck getting through the skipper?
No, every phone line to Naples is still out.
Oh, boy. Now, what'd you find out, Group?
We're in big trouble. That hospital ship out in the bay is shipping out for the States in an hour, and Leadbottom is putting Giuseppe on it.
Oh, brother, now we're really finished.
Unless we put the snatch on Giuseppe.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Yeah, but where's old Lead Bottom keeping him?
Oh, they got him locked up there on the second floor. They ain't a chance in the world of... Wait a minute. Unless...
Unless what?
I just remembered my old vaudeville days. I escaped out of many a second-floor hotel room. Sure. Look, we can do it. Mr. Parker, you go stall Binghamton and leave the rest to us. On your way.
Right.
Hello, fellas. Here's what we do. First thing...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm in charge here, right? All right, men. Well, do what he says.
Don't waste any time. The first thing...
This is my Declaration of Independence. McHale's transfer papers back to the States. On your way, Elroy.
Oh, boy. Look, Captain, I'm sure that we could wait on this. I don't see why...
Yes, I can wait, Parker. I can wait about 47 minutes. That's when the hospital ship starts its trip back to the United States. What a day. It's like a gift coming down from the heavens. What are you doing? What is with that? What are you doing?
The flies in here, sir. Yes, sir.
I
think I got one. Want to hear it? See it?
I don't hear a thing. Get your fist out of my ear.
Yes, sir. Sorry. There goes another one, sir. Yeah, must be those Italian flies. You know, those green zucchini flies. Yeah, about that long.
Have you gone ape or something?
Get stuck.
Hey, maybe I could send you back to the States on that hospital ship. You don't think you're an Italian, do you, Paisano?
Italian? Oh, no, Capitano. Captain. No, it's just the flies. You know, the one might be a carrier. You know, here, I think you got one on your glasses. I'll fix it.
Put those glasses back. Where did you, Parker? Parker! Put those glasses back on. What's the matter with you?
Thought you might get some larvae on them.
For goodness sake with the larva. If a fly bothers you so much, I'll open the window and let him out.
No. I'd rather have them in here. You know, you want to keep some of them friends in case you want to fight the others.
Touch me like that again, and I'll give you a good one. Get out of my office.
Captain, it's Commander McHale. He's not in his room. He's gone.
He's gone? Well, get the guards. Get the Marines. Get everybody. Yes. We gotta get him back. Get the fly.
Yes, sir, Colonel. The captain seems to be under a terrible strain, sir. Why, it seems like he's cracking up. Or can you imagine? Why, he thought that a simple splashing by a jeep was an attempt on his life.
Yeah, well, he may be a little flaky at that. He thought that little language course of yours was a Roman orgy.
All right, Parker, you send out a red alert. I don't want that hospital ship to pull out before we get McHale. Wait a minute. There he is. Keep me covered.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, McHale, don't move. No move, signore.
What is the meaning of this, Binghamton?
It's McHale. He's a dangerous kook, but I had him locked up, but he escaped. Thought you get away, didn't you, Goomba?
From what? Captain, you haven't been out in the sun again now, have you?
Don't you pull that phony English line on me, McHale. You know you can't speak English. He's an Italian, you know.
He's a what?
He's an Italian. Thinks he's an Italian. Speaking Italian to me all day. It's been very sick, this man. Sick. All this multi-benny and mulchus nocis and stuff like that.
Binghamton, have you lost your marbles? McHale has been with me since yesterday.
See what I mean, Colonel?
How could he be with you when he's been with me?
Are you calling me a liar?
Yes. No. That is, I felt it. Didn't you? How did you get your hair cut so fast? How'd you do that?
All right. Easy, boy, easy. Captain Binghamton, I suggest that you take a nice, long rest for yourself. That is, after you drop those inane charges against Quartermaster Christopher.
But
Do you understand? Or would you like me to tell it to you again in Italian?
And in Italian, it sounds like this. Piano, ragazzo, piano.
No, that's enough. No, I capisce. Elroy, take me away. I need a buono resto, a longo nido, needy, a funiculi, funicular.
Mio cugino! Il mio cugino! Mio cugino! Mio cugino!
I'll be right back, Carpenter. Before I go on my sick leave, I want to say goodbye to McHale.
Boys, I'd like to propose a little toast. For my cugino.
Boy, what a mission.
I feel like I could sleep for a year.
Yeah, hi, Fuge. Hello, paisans. Ciao. Hey, ciao is just what we had on our mind.
Yeah, we're starved. Yeah, what's to eat, Fuge?
I know you come back hungry, so I made you special gourmet dinner.
Gourmet dinner, huh? Are you kidding? That's still a chipped beef again.
Oh, no. That's puree of chipped beef with marinara sauce.
That's a seasick
Are you kidding? That's the worst yet.
Skip, at least it's cold.
I just a master chef, not a magician. How I do better when stove keep going out?
Oh, is that all wrong? Here, I can fix it. I'll have her burning bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in no time.
You were gonna fix it. Well, now we can have a chip beef hot.
I'd rather starve first.
Hey, listen, why don't we go into town and buy a real Italian dinner?
Where are we gonna get ourselves a meal? We got no money.
Yeah, Skip, you realize we hadn't been paid since we left the Pacific?
You ought to go into man's our bank pay from Binghamton.
We haven't.
Hey, guys, I almost got the stove fixed.
Oh, boy. Well, they say smoked chip beef isn't too bad.
My dinner is ruined.
Oh, brother, it looks like we're gonna have to see Binghamton after all. Well, while we're gone, the rest of you guys, start scraping that marinara sauce off that overhead. Come on.
War is a sticky business. But don't be afraid, my love. Though I have gone for days without sleep or food. Excuse me, dear, a little perspiration on the lip. I've gone, yes. My determination has not been eaten away. I remain cool-headed, fearless, and courageous.
Yeah, Captain!
Don't shoot, I surrender.
Captain, it's only me, Elroy.
Well, you dodo. Come in. You know, I could have killed you.
With deviled eggs, sir?
Well,
I don't... Oh, yes, you're very right, sir. That was a very close call, and I'm terribly sorry. But, sir, you see, the Germans just evacuated San Marcello, and I was lucky enough to pick up all these war souvenirs.
What do I care about your stupid war souvenirs? You come goose-stepping in here like that, and I'm... Hey, these are kind of interesting, aren't they? But say, Pumpkin would love these, I'll bet.
Yeah, I'm sure she would, sir, but I brought them back for myself.
You brought them, but don't you know there are regulations against looting?
Well, yes, sir, but you're the only one I told, and I know you would never...
Oh, wouldn't I? I've got to confiscate these.
You would.
I certainly would. Of course, I could see my way clear to dropping the charges if you'd take a picture of me to send home, huh?
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yes, there I go.
Then would you take a picture of me, sir? My mother keeps an album.
Of what? All right, you Amerikaner Schweinhund. Achtung, wach schnell, wach schnell.
It's a crow!
No, Chuck!
Give up!
Bring it off! Will you knock it off?
Take your hands off the cat!
What in thunderation going on here? Colonel Harrigan, turn hunt!
Hi, Colonel. I just captured a German.
Come on, get up there.
Attention. That's October.
You cut it out already. It's the captain.
Yeah. Captain Binghamton, when'd you change armies?
Changer, I'll give you a knock tongue, you...
Hold it, Binghamton. Boy, with a navy like this, who needs enemies?
Oh, well, you see, sir, he didn't know. When he saw the helmet and then the Luger, why...
Now then, Captain, just what are these items?
Oh, well, that's a gun, Colonel. I mean, this is a German war souvenir. I picked these up in San Marcello. The Germans were hot-footing it out there, and I stopped them. I took these things away from them single-handed.
No, sir, I was the one who went to San Marcello, and I picked up the... Oh!
Back in your mother's album.
Captain, don't you know that these items are war contraband and that looting is strictly against regulations?
Looting? Contraband?
I've heard enough, Binghamton. Now, this is a flagrant violation of the Articles of War, and I will have to so inform the General.
Well, they're not mine, Colonel. They're his.
Oh, no, sir, you said they were yours. You can have... You said they were yours.
No, you don't. I'm taking this contraband in myself. Yes, sir. And from now on, San Marcello is strictly off limits to all personnel. Do I make myself clear? Any film come with this, boy?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You're right on the ball, boy. T2 just might want to take a look at this stuff. Ta-ta. And for heaven's sake, Wally, try and get with it for a change, will you? I mean, take an example from McHale here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Example from McHale, that cheap, sniveling, conniving. I like to tell him a thing or two.
I'll get him for you, sir.
You do, and I'll break your arm.
How about what's this, sir? We've got something real important to talk to you about. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You realize, sir, that it's been over 3 months since we've been paid?
If he wasn't so close to the general, I'd tell him a thing or two, believe me. What are you telling me about being paid for? I don't know. I'm not the paymaster.
Well, then maybe get it fired, sir. I mean, after all, I like my unemployment insurance.
Well, I'll fix it so you can get some sick leave.
Sir. I thought perhaps you could put in an emergency request, for our back pay so my boys could...
Negative. Now go back to your base and take this Sea Scout dropout with you.
Yes, sir. And thank you very much, sir. Come on. Oh, and may I add, sir, I think you're a real, sterling, commanding officer. Yes, sir.
Well, I don't think so. I think wearing that Nazi helmet went to your head.
Hey, here comes another one. Hey, get ready.
Ice is no object.
Oh, man, this is murder.
We've been standing around here for an hour and we can't even stop a Jeep.
Yeah, I guess this is a pretty bum idea, Lester.
Yeah, who wants to buy a nip souvenir in Europe?
That's all we got to sell them. We gotta raise some loot somewhere. Let me take one more crack at it.
Well, it better be good.
Give me what you got, fool.
Hey, what's the idea, sailor?
I'm so exhausted from making deals, I just had to lay down and rest a minute.
You rested enough to get to the hospital after I run over you?
As a matter of fact, I am. I'm rested up enough to make one more fabulous deal. How would you like to buy this genuine nip helmet? Send it home to your sweetheart.
I haven't got a sweetheart. I'm married.
Well, how about this Harry Carry sword? Just like new. Send another one home to your mother-in-law.
What are you guys flipped? How can we send home Japanese souvenirs? Everybody knows we're fighting in Italy.
So, tell them the nip landing barge made a wrong turn at Manila.
Yeah, forget it, Swabby. We just came down from San Marcello, and that place is loaded with Jerry souvenirs. For free.
Free?
Hey, can you imagine those Jerry's giving that stuff away for nothing?
It's unfair to the small businessman.
You're right. Start packing, guys.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Why?
We're off to corner the German souvenir market. It's goodbye, Banzai. Hello, Achtung.
Hi, Pooch. Hey, where's the boys?
Oh, they get truck and go up to San Marcello.
What?
They go to find the souvenirs to sell.
Oh, boy, I hope they get enough so we can get a decent meal in town. Boy, I'm starved.
Ooh, those stupid meatballs.
Hey, meatballs.
Doggone it. Now, San Marcello's on the seacoast. Well, we can make it up there better with a boat. I tell you what. Oh, boy, between German patrols and Harrigan's MPs, they got one foot in the grave and the other one on a banana peel.
Hey, bananas.
¿Qué pasa? Me go too?
Yeah, you better come along, too. If Binghamton ever finds you here, our goose will be cooked.
Hey, a goose, that'd be good.
Now, let's see. Come on, let's get... Oh, boy, if ever they've done anything that... This is the most stupid thing they've ever done. Oh, this one takes the cake.
Cake. Boy, you sure know how to hurt a guy.
But, sir, do you really think you should take a chance on going to San Marcello? After all, Colonel Harrigan did put it off limits.
Well, of course he did. If you were in charge of Fort Knox, would you turn it into a key club?
No, I don't think so, sir. After all, if anyone were to spill one cocktail on all that gold, it might do some damage.
Sergeant, where the devil is my Jeep?
Oh, I'm sorry, Captain, but Colonel Harrigan's Jeep was out of order, so he borrowed yours.
Oh, he did? Well, that's all right. As long as he did... He borrowed... Well, that no good, dirty crap.
Sir.
What?
That's much better for you. Now you can take the truck.
What do I want with a truck? I can't go sneaking around in a big, klutzy truck. German sniper, Sergeant. You see, I'm on a secret scouting mission.
Very secret. Sir, with the truck, you can bring back a lot more of those souvenirs.
Captain, I don't get all this. I already give you the truck today.
I know you did. I know. You run a very efficient motor pool. The truck, you did what?
Oh, Captain, you signed the requisition right here, and then Gruber and the crew of the PT-73 took the truck.
Gruber and the 73 did what?
They took the truck.
They took the truck. They're going to sell it, Elroy. Is there a used car lot around here? Have you got a smiling Italian?
Captain, them guys told me that you assigned them to do a recon down at San Marcello.
San Marcello, Captain, did you hear that? They're going down there and steal your...
I told you how many times, don't you? With that? All right, Sergeant, you're dismissed. Go away. Scat.
Sir? Oh, sir, you've really got them now. I'll go find Colonel Harrigan and report the 73 crew at once.
Hold it. Do I have to put you on hush again?
But, sir, if we tell the Colonel, he'll go right to San Marcello, and he'll catch them right...
First crack at the souvenirs is what he'll do.
We won't tell him that.
No. We'll wait right here for McHale and his pirates. We'll put them under arrest when they'll have the booty, and we will get first crack at the looty.
Oh, sir, you're very funny.
I'm so happy I could dance. Well, what's the matter with you people? Don't you have any friends of your own? Move on.
This is San Marcello, huh?
Looks like our old neighborhood after a rumble.
I hope the Jerry's are gone. I hate litter bugs.
Have no fear. As civic-minded public servants, it's our duty to clean up, if you know what I mean. So, fan out. Let's go.
Food. Now, San Marcello's right through those woods. I'm gonna have to get those hammerheads out of there before the Germans spot them, or they'll be sitting ducks.
Oh, boy. Roast duck with orange sauce.
Will you knock off the menus already? Now, look, you stay here and Foods, get below and stay out of sight. And remember, this is no man's land, so stay on your toes.
Aye, aye, sir.
What a haul. We can start our war surplus store.
Think the size of this cartridge belt.
This Jerry's got to be either a fast shooter or a big eater.
Oh, Skip, you gave us a scare there for a minute.
Hi, Skip. Welcome to Souvenir City.
It's a shopper's paradise.
No cash, just carry.
Well, look, boys, drop everything and get back to the ship. You guys want to get yourself killed? Now, come on, let's go.
But, Skip, these are the spoils of war.
What do you want to do, spoil our game? I'm going to spoil you, you schlockmeisters. You're here to fight a war, not get souvenirs. Rouse, get out of that thing. Get out of there.
Harrigan.
McHale, what are you doing here? Well, I was just about ready to ask you the same question, sir.
Oh, what question was that?
What are you doing here in San Marcello?
Oh.
Me, I'm up here, risking my neck, clearing out these souvenirs, so that nobody will be tempted to break the rules.
It looks like I'm just a little too late.
Pardon me, sailor, to save you boys from a court-martial.
Oh, come on, Colonel.
Give us a break. Yeah, but we can work something out, sir.
Forget it, McHale. You know the regulations about looting. I will not have it. Now, I want you to load all this evidence in my Jeep. Let's get going.
But, sir, the only reason we're picking this stuff up is, well, for pizza money.
Yeah,
right?
you see, they haven't been paid, so their money was delayed.
That's no excuse, McHale, but I'll think about it. Now, come on, let's get this stuff in my Jeep.
Say, that would make a wild ashtray. All right, come on, boys. Let's load this stuff up in the Colonel's Jeep.
Achtung!
Colonel.
Achtung! Achtung!
You can holler at me in 7 different languages, McHale. It won't do any good.
Hungry!
Etzley Amscray.
Go, guys!
Now, can't you boys keep things quiet? Don't you understand we're an enemy? Oh, boy.
Stand away from the clock. Line up, much schnell, much schnell. What are we gonna do?
Say it means they ain't lining this up for inspection.
You will keep quiet, please!
Mr. Parker, what all that shooting?
Oh, I think it's Skip and the boys. They must be in trouble. I gotta go help. All right, now don't panic. Just coop keel it. Go on. I told those guys to put these Japanese souvenirs away. All right, give me those grenades. Okay, look. I'm gonna go and try and rescue them.
I go with you.
Huh? Oh, no, you can't. You gotta stay here and watch the boat. I'm swearing you in as an American sailor. Raise your right hand. Anchors away. You're in.
Commander?
My name is Lieutenant Commander Quentin McHale, and my serial number is...
I'm not interested in your serial number, Schweinhund. Now, as for you, Colonel.
Well, hi there. Now, look here, Corporal. There's no sense in getting hard-headed about this. I want to tell you, you and your patrol are completely surrounded.
Umgaben. You think we fall for that old trick, huh? Well, no more jokes or you're a dead colonel.
You didn't like it, huh? Well, I was just trying to relieve the tension.
Hey, give me back my hat. Let go of my watch. Give me the wallet back. There's nothing in it.
Hey, get your hands off my
Du
belt.
bekehrst zu kämpfen und nicht alle denken einkassieren?
Skip, what's he saying? Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he says they're here to fight a war, not collect souvenirs. All right, quiet!
Oh, boy, I better do something. Should have oiled it. Better get help.
What's happening, Mr. Parker?
Oh, boy, that Skip and the rest of the guys are in big trouble.
Oy vey!
Yeah, you know what happened? They got captured by a German patrol.
Oy vey, in space!
Well, look, we gotta go get help.
No time. It's up to us to rescue them. Let's go! Banzai!
Wait a minute, look it. Now, what chance would a PW and an American sailor have against those guys? I mean, after all, if they... Hey, wait a minute. Maybe a Japanese admiral would have a chance. Catch on?
Ah, so, sure. I catch. Souvenirs get boys into mishmash. Souvenirs get them out.
Ja, Herr Hauptmann. Alles in den Wagen. All right, prisoners into the truck. Mach schnell, mach schnell.
Weiter, du. Vorwärts.
Into the truck.
Hey, watch who you're shoving there, Buster. I happen to be a full colonel.
Mach schnell, schnell.
All right. I'm schnelling just as fast as I can.
Hey, that sounds like a bugle. Who could it be?
8 to 5, it ain't Harry James.
Hey, Skip, look.
I know. It's, well, hey, fellas, look. It's that famous Japanese admiral now. What's his name?
Halt, I shoot.
How dare you threaten our allies? We are on your side. This Admiral Fujiwara, Imperial Japanese Fleet.
I knew it, boys. That's Admiral Fujiwara.
Fujiwara! Yoroshiku. Ah, sure. He learned that in school. And me, Honorable Aide, Ensign Pacarito.
What are Japanese officers doing here in Italy?
Well, yes, sir. Well, you see, we come over on honorable submarine to view honorable Italian campaign. We honorable guests of Honorable Admiral von Resnitz.
Like Fleet Admiral von Resnitz?
Ah, honorable same.
This is the weirdest thing I ever heard of.
Say, hey, you who recognize Admiral, what your name?
My name is Lieutenant Commander Quentin McHale, serial number 555555.
Hey, it's Commander McHale. Nani? McHale? McHale da! Banzai! McHale!
No, please. No, Admiral Holt. Why is the Admiral so excited?
Well, you see, Commander McHale caused a lot of trouble with Japanese fleet in Pacific. He sank a lot of boats. Blob, blob. Guys go down still eating. So, Admiral here swear to ancestors that he gonna kill McHale.
You took the man!
No, you gotta protect me. Don't let him do it.
You mustn't. He's a wild man. He almost nicked me with that thing. Don't forget the Geneva Convention.
Geneva Convention?
Geneva Convention. Oh, please, Ensign, tell the admiral he cannot kill the Schweinhunds. I must bring them back to my Capitan.
He's the most vicious, fiendish, cruel officer in the Japanese Navy. Why, they call him Mad Dog Fujiwara.
You ought to see him when he don't eat. All right, all you prisoners, come to submarine with us. And remember, take off your shoes. He's very touchy about that.
Take your shoes off, boys.
Nein, wait, hold. No, don't do that. Please, hold.
Yeah, he's right. Hold.
Now, Colonel, don't fight it.
Well, I will, too, fight it. I ain't never even been in the Pacific. Corporal, you can't turn us over to these savages. We are your prisoners. Now, those are the rules of war.
You got honorable rule book?
Please, tell the admiral I cannot release my prisoners until I check with my commandant.
He's gonna call his commandant.
Hallo, bitte, hallo.
Was ist los?
Well, like I told you, when Admiral say move out, chop, chop, he mean chop, chop. 米国兵と引き換えにこの刀を取っていただきたい。
Yeah, same to you.
Well, he say that you, German samurai, very brave man. You accept as souvenir samurai sword.
Oh, well, yeah, but I,
You insult House of Fujiwara. Then you accept, see, very fine hand-forged Japanese steel, made of American scrap. Yeah, this at one time, 3rd Avenue L. Lotus handle, mother of pearl. Japanese have very fine mother.
Very nice souvenir. My Liebchen like it.
In return, I take this for souvenir.
Get him, boys! All at my office at the end of the line.
Somebody tell me what's going on here. Who are these two kooky-looking nips?
Oh, well, sir, they're two of our men. Pretty clever, eh?
They're both our men?
Yes, sir.
Including the fellow who tried to clobber us with that thing?
Well, that's all part of the act, sir. Yes, sir. Well, here, there's Ensign Charles Parker. Show him, Chuck.
Yeah, see, I'm Ensign Parker of the American Imperial Navy.
By George, so it is. Good work, Parker. And this other fella, why, he's even got a better disguise.
Yeah.
Look at those eyes.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, that's Machinist Mate Bell. Yes, sir. Machinist Mate Bell, you and Ensign Parker get back to the boat right away. We'll see you back at the base. Bye-bye.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. How you do, sir?
Just knock off the small talk, McHale. You and your hoodlums are under arrest for stealing a truck, for confiscating war souvenirs. Now, I'm just going to take the evidence while the MPs take you into the brig. Colonel, I'm just putting these men under arrest for looting and for...
Arrest? You mean you're going to arrest these valiant men who helped me capture a German patrol?
They helped you capture it?
Yes. So call off your Cossacks and go write a commendation for McHale and his men.
Commendation?
That's right. And be sure you mention their courage, their imagination, their sheer nerve.
Colonel, since we did help you capture the patrol, is it all right if we keep a few German souvenirs?
Now, wait a minute, Gruber.
That's all right, McHale. I mean, after all, your men deserve a memento of this little skirmish. After all, what's a few souvenirs?
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Hey, come on, boy.
Ted Hutt.
Hi, Captain. Of all the depraved, disgraceful behavior. I'm on the phone trying to talk to the Admiral, and you're out here debauching and reveling and carousing.
Carousing? But Captain, all you're doing was just...
knock it off. As the military governor here, I'm cracking down. This is an occupied village. This is not an Italian geisha house, you know.
Anyway, everybody's getting off starboard bow.
Oh, no, what...
Gee, sir.
Jeez!
My aching mozzarella.
Oh, my goodness. Sir, I'm here. Oh, there you are, sir.
That's Elroy.
1934.
I needed that. Item 17, conduct unbecoming to military personnel. Item 18, attacking your commanding officer with a platter of spaghetti and tomato sauce.
Correction, sir. Just for the record, it was meat sauce.
What?
Meat sauce.
Oh, meat sauce.
Had a little oregano in it.
Oregano? All right, I want all that in there. Oh, meat sauce. I don't care whatever it was. You deliberately attacked me.
No, sir. It was only an accident. Why, I'll take my word for it, will you, sir?
Yeah, if you won't take his, take mine. That'd be 2 against 1.
I'll give you 2 against your 1, you goof, you. You're through. Do you understand that? I'm not even going to wait for the court-martial. You're going right to the brig. You men, take him away.
Oh, now, Captain, please, sir, look. Wait a minute. Hold.
Stop at the boat. Just stop at the boat. Put him down. Put him down. He gonna stay right here. I need all the witnesses I can get.
Witnesses? What witnesses? This man is going to the brig, and that settles that.
I'm glad you settled that. Now, please, settle this.
What is that?
In my restaurant, you break 1 dish, 1 table, 1 chair, and this is your bill, 800 lira.
800 lira. How dare you charge me anything? I'm the military governor of this one-horse town.
Wait a minute. We also got 4 donkeys and 1 jackass. But I'm not mention no names.
I'm going to mention the names, and the name I'm going to mention is Merlo Gatto. You're not going to get nothing. That's what you're going to... I take it back. You're going to get an off-limit sign on that greasy spoon you call a restaurant. That's what you're going to get.
Off-limits?
Oh, no, Captain, you can't close this restaurant, sir.
Not only can I close this restaurant, I'm going to put an off-limit sign on this whole town. It's going to be off-limits for all military personnel.
Oh, Calamizere, you can't do this. You can't close my town.
He's got a point there, sir. After all, he is the head of the civilian government here.
That's right.
Mac, can I see you a minute? When I want your opinion, I'll ask for it. And when I ask for it, then you will know it's time to put me away.
Maybe you'd like my opinion.
And you, I'm going to put away right now. Take this squirrel to a cage.
But now, wait a minute. Yeah, I protest. I got a right to call my lawyer. Get me to a long-distance payphone.
Wait a minute. Just got rid of one dictator.
Yeah.
Get out.
No,
Get out of my
Captain,
office.
wait a minute.
Ma questa cosa è un
Scram!
Fascista. Come on, boys. This is my office.
Holy jumping Toledo. Will you look at this bargain basement?
And how about these one-armed bandits, huh?
Italian branch in Las Vegas?
Come on. We're not here to talk about the mayor's enterprises. We're here to figure a way of getting Mr. Parker out of the clink. So come on, let's start thinking.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I got my problems too, McHale. With the town off limits, who gonna eat in my restaurant? With the town off limits, who gonna use my laundry? With the town off limits, I'm up at the river without a gondola.
Yeah, just because Leadbottom wants to be the greatest military governor since Julius Caesar.
That's right.
Oh, boy, there must be some way to cut this guy down to size.
Hey, it's a Nazi.
Hey, who's that?
What is that?
What's it? That's a nice.
Wait a minute,
The problem...
Who's this?
Oh, this, well, very delicate. All family comes to each heirloom. The problem...
Hey. Since when has there been a German in your family?
German... Oh, yes. the north of Italy sometime, and the German. Oh, he's a relative on my wife's side.
What's going on?
We got
Mr.
Wait. All right. He's the ex-military governor of Voltefiore.
What? You mean you made a statue of a Hun?
Oh, no, me. I don't make, no. My cousin Angelo, he's a sculptor. He make with...
He's a sculptor, yeah. But whose idea was it, eh, amigo?
Well, what's wrong with making a couple of thousand a liter from a pigeon like him? What are you going to do, sue me?
No. I'm not going to sue you. I'm just going to pat you on your lovely little conniving back. That's what I'm going to do.
Pat to my back?
Sure. Tell me, this cousin Angelo of yours, will he play ball with us?
Well, he's not so good a ball player, man. He's a first-class sculptor.
Yeah, but he will do anything you ask, huh?
Oh, anything I ask.
Oh, gracia. Don't worry, there's no file. See?
Oh, well, Carpenter. Looks like we're going to have to put up some signs around here that say, please do not feed the animals.
Sir, how about another sign that says, Binghamton's Zoo?
No, Roy, don't try and top your commanding officer. Well, Squirrely, I feel safe with you behind bars for the first time in years.
Well, you can't keep me locked up like this. I demand a lawyer.
So, yeah, what are you going to pay him with? Peanuts?
Fine. Don't take any wooden bananas.
Elroy. You tried it again, Elroy. The signs. Put up the signs.
Yes, sir.
Here he comes now. Now it's really up to us. You ready, Kumbari?
Si, pronto.
Come on. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, but I got problems of my own. You're going to have to work this one out for yourself.
Well, oh, Capitano,
Excuse yourself. You did that on purpose. What are you doing here? I put this town off limits. Now, beat it.
Yes, sir. I was just leaving, sir, yes. But, you see, Mayor Lugato here was just asking me for a little advice.
He was on what? How to heist the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Sir, the mayor here has a real problem, sir.
That's all right. It's my cousin Angelo.
Angelo, the sculptor.
Il sculptor!
Yes, you see, he's supposed to be sculpting a very important statue for the town here, but now he can't get started.
Well, who cares if he can't get started? Is there one thing Italy does not need? It's another stupid statue. Now move.
Yes, but you see, you got it all wrong, sir. You see, this is supposed to be a statue of the town's favorite American liberator.
Il Liberatore!
Yes.
And we was even thinking of putting it here right in the piazza where everybody could look and see and enjoy it.
You know, as all the top brass went by, sir, and congressional delegations and news photographers and... well, what's the use, Mr. Mayor? The captain here doesn't give a hoot, and, well, arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Ciao.
Goodbye.
No, wait a minute. Whoa. Now, you know, if there is one thing with which I am vitally concerned, it's the happiness of my people.
Oh, I know that, sir, yes. And you almost had them believing it. As a matter of fact, the town council voted to have you pose for the statue.
Me? Pose for this of the great American... I don't know what to say.
You don't got to say nothing. No, that was before you put the town off limits. We was even thinking of naming this place Il Piazza Binghamtoni.
Piazza Binghamtoni.
Yeah, but forget it, Captain. After what you did to these poor people, you couldn't even be elected dog catcher.
You betcha my life. And besides, my cousin Pasquale, he's the dog catcher.
Well, arrivederci.
Arrivederci, Capitano. Come si dice in Italiano? Ciao.
Mayor.
Tough luck, sir. Tough luck. I could have seen you as the greatest military governor in the European theater of war. But can't win them all, can you, sir? Bye-bye, Captain. Bye-bye.
Mikhail, wait a minute. Mikhail, wait. Mikhail, no, don't start. Hello, wait, Mikhail. I love the people of Voltefiore. They love me. Statue. Piazza Binghamtoni. Oh, Wally, there's no telling where this could lead. A national hero. That's what I'd be. Immortal in my own time. Admiral Wallace B. Binghamton, the great American liberator. I'd be famous. My picture would be all over. Who knows what honors a grateful nation would bestow on its new Lincoln.
Binghamton. Wake up, sir. Wake up. Captain. Oh, Captain.
Oh, Elroy. What are you doing here in Mount Rushmore, Elroy? What are you doing interrupting my siesta anyway? What do you want?
I came to report, sir. Mission accomplished. I have posted off-limit signs on every business establishment in this town, sir.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, yes.
Why would you do a stupid thing like that?
Well, you told me to, sir. You gave me distinct orders to crack down on this entire town. To quote you, sir, this is an occupied village, not an Italian geisha house.
Who would say such a ridiculous thing?
You did, sir.
Well, that's before I was immortal. I mean, you want everybody in this town to hate me? Me, the gallant leader? Me, a living legend in my own time?
You feel all right.
Of course I feel all right, but I've got to be loved. Don't you understand that? Loved, loved, loved. And I'm not going to let a dodo like you come in between myself and Mount Rushmore. Now, you get out of the way.
Mount Rushmore? Oh, I can't leave him alone.
Absolutely disgraceful. Disgraceful. I don't know what's the matter with you. Are you trying to bankrupt this town or something? Now, there, pick up that paper, you litter bug, you. Pick it up. Oh, no, you're soldiers. You're soldiers. Wait a minute, soldiers. There, that's all right now, Sonny. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to hurt you. Now, I don't want you to pay any attention to these signs. You see, these signs don't mean a thing. Not a thing to these signs. I want you both to stay in town here and have a good time, boys. Have a good time. Spend on me. Buy anything you want. Anything at all. Just have a good time. There you go. There you go. Up.
Oh, it looks like you really swallowed the bait, amigo mio. Now all you gotta do is reel him in.
The pleasure is all mine.
Good.
Well, if it isn't my old friend the mayor. There you, Elroy, who is it?
The mayor.
The mayor. See, everyone knows you, Your Honor. How's everything?
I respect everything. Everything is down the tube since you put my town on off limit.
Oh, do you think I'd put a fine community like this on it? Would the great liberator do a thing like that to his people? Huh? Elroy, he thinks that. The signs. Take the signs down.
Right
Elroy.
there, sir.
I know where they are.
Yes.
Take them down, boy. Take them down. That's just a little joke, you know. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. How much do I owe you for the damage to your fine cafe here?
Well, as I recall, it was 945 lira.
Yeah, 945, yes. Well, I'd feel guilty, Your Honor, if I gave you anything less than 1,000 lira.
Oh, that's nice.
Now that that's all settled, what about the statue of the great liberator?
You forget, please, 10% more for the sales tax.
10% for the sales tax? Well, 10 for the sales. Yes, I can see how that could be. Well, Mayor, shall we go and see your cousin Angelo, the chiseler? I mean, the sculptor?
Oh, sure. There'll be 10% more because I'm his agent, too, see? Come on.
Good agent, too. Mayor, how do you suppose that your cousin will do this? You see, I'm so excited about the whole thing. Do you suppose he'll use marble, or do you think he'll use bronze? Because frankly, I've always seen myself in alabaster.
I see you that way, too.
Captain Binghamton, sir, I can't reach Admiral Lawrence on the scramble phone.
Well, keep trying, you ninny. He wants the Navy to get a citation from the Pentagon. If his statue doesn't do it, I don't know what will. Now get out of here. Didn't move, Angelo. Didn't move. Hi, Captain.
Buongiorno. Don't move. You move just once more, and I quit.
Don't move.
Gee, that's just really beginning to take shape, sir.
Angela, it's a nice.
What do you want, McHale? What do you want?
Oh, well, sir, I just thought I'd drop by because I got a little surprise for you, okay?
No.
Okay, boys.
Hey, boy, that statue looks great. I can almost see the pigeons on it.
That's Parker's voice. What's he doing out of the brig?
Well, sir, since you're the great American liberator, we thought sure you'd like to liberate Mr. Parker.
That's what we told all the guys down at the brig.
You don't have the right to tell him anything. How do you dare you go over my head like
You
that?
move! I quit! You've got to listen to me, sir. You can't keep Mr. Parker in a brig, sir. How will it look to the people? Your people are people who love you.
And what about the people who love me, like my mother?
Keep working, Angelo. That's it, Angelo. Very good. McHale, you've gone too far this time. Now, you guys take this man back to his cell. And when the detention ship docks, I'm shipping him out of here in chains.
Detention ship in chains?
That's right. Out with him. Out. Now, Angelo, we're going to have absolute peace from now on.
Oh, look, sir, if you just let me, I promise. Your head, sir.
Skip really let old Lead Bottom have it.
Yeah, well, I only hope he's cooled off since yesterday. Now, stand by.
Could I sneak just a little peek, Maestro? I can hardly wait.
For the 123rd time, please, don't move. Stand still, still.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Angelo. Oh, my, what a masterpiece. So tall, so wonderful.
Hell, don't just see the do not disturb sign on the door. Come around here where I can see you when I talk to you. What do you want?
Well, sir, I thought now that things are so nice and calm and, the statue's so beautiful and, Mr. Parker did spend a night in a brig and, well, I thought maybe we could just have a little peace conference.
You're going to get around here where I can see you?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Negative on your peace conference. That detention ship leaves at 1600 hours and Parker's going to be on it. And I don't care what you say.
Sir, it's Admiral Lawrence. I finally got him on the scramble phone, and he is just dying to hear the news.
What do you want me to do? Yell the news out the window to him? Hold the phone up to my ear. I can't move. Get out of here, McHale. That's an order.
Oh, commissary, this is like trying to work in a bus depot.
Como se va at HQ, Admiral?
When I was in Naples, your aide must have called 50 times.
And with good reason, Admiral. It seems that someone in our ranks is so beloved by the people of Voltafiore that they're going to erect a statue to him. They're going to immortalize him as the great American liberator.
A U.S. Navy man eulogized in stone? Wait till the Army hears about this.
How's that for impressing the Pentagon?
No move, you fathead!
I mean, the unveiling is tomorrow, in case you and the public relations boys are interested.
The press corps and I will be there with bells on.
Thank you, Admiral. Hang up now, Elroy. Did you hear that? He's thrilled.
Oh, good.
No move. No move! No move!
Binghamton statue.
Hey, it's all finished.
Maledetto. Come tomorrow, we move the statue in front of my cafe. Come tomorrow, all of my customers, they get the indigestion.
Oh, stop feeling so sorry for yourself, Mr. Mayor.
Say the word, Skip, and I'll knock his head off. The statue's head, that is.
A lot of good that'd do. He'd just order Angelo to make another head. And Chuck would still be on a detention ship.
That's all right.
Or would he?
You got a plan to spring Mr. Parker, Skip?
Wait a minute, hold it. This may sound crazy, boys, but Mayor, how fast can your cousin work in a pinch?
Well, it depends on how hard you pinch him.
Oh, yeah? Well, let's get a hold of him right away. Hey, Angelo! Angelo!
Well, Admiral Lawrence, you're quite punctual as usual, sir, and you brought all these photographers with you. I didn't think you'd bring so many, Admiral.
Anytime we can put something over on the Army, I want the whole world to know about it, Binghamton.
The whole world's going to know about it, Elroy.
Oh, I hope so, sir.
I'm going to be as big as Eisenhower, or Halsey, or Betty Grable.
10, hut.
That is, ma'am.
Benvenuto.
Good to see you again, McHale.
Yes, sir, Admiral. Good to see you, sir.
How are things going?
Oh, going along just fine, sir. Oh, allow me to present the mayor of Voltefiore, Signor Mario Lugato.
Hey, just a minute. I'm in charge here. I'll take care of all the introductions. Admiral, may I present...
My pleasure, Senor Legato.
Grazie, grazie. Any admiral of McHale is an admiral of mine.
Say cheese, everybody. Cheese.
Provolone, provolone.
See how they love us, Admiral. See how they love us. Get away from me, Admiral. One thing I can't stand is a publicity hog.
All right, men. Hold the pictures.
Hold the pictures?
All right, Captain. Where is he? You still haven't told me the name of our Navy hero.
Oh, there, yeah. Modesty forbids me from telling you his name, Admiral, but I can tell you this much. He is one of the most beloved men in Voltefiore.
Oh, he certainly is, sir. No doubt about that. Well, shall we proceed with the ceremony?
How many times do I have to... I'm in charge here. Shall we proceed with the ceremony, Admiral?
After you, Mr. Mayor.
You're after me.
Attenzione, silenzio, silenzio. Loyal citizens of Voltefiore, this is the moment that we have been waiting for. The grand unveiling of our most glorious American liberator.
You ready for this, Admiral?
Allora, Angelo, pull the sheet.
Admiral, would you look at that work of art? Would you look at the profile and the bald head? The bald head? What is it?
Well, what do you know? The great American liberator is our own Ensign Parker.
Parker, it's me.
Viva Mr. Parker! Hooray for our ensign! Hey, hooray for the great American...
All your fault, McHale. You are not going to cheat me out of my place on Mount Rushmore. Tell the Admiral
That the town hero is in the brig? Oh, that'd be great publicity for the Navy, sir. Not to mention for you.
Listen to that applause. Better get Ensign Parker to say a few words before they tear this whole place up.
Well, I'm afraid right now, Admiral, that's not possible.
Well, you see, what the captain means, sir, is that Mr. Parker isn't here. Yet.
Not here in his hour of glory? What are you trying to do, Binghamton? Blow the best publicity story of the year? All right, where is he? Does anybody know where he is?
I do, sir. He's in the brig.
The brig? What is this, Binghamton? Some kind of a joke?
No, sir, he is in the brig, yes, sir. But, you see, he's making an inspection because he's officer of the day. Isn't that right, Captain?
Oh, yes, that's right, Admiral. He's a very industrious lad. He's working all the time. It's work.
Here he is now. Here he is, the great American liberator, our own Ensign Parker.
Hey, make way here.
In a glacial stare, flickered to the package, a tiny spark of curiosity igniting within their icy depths. Then, she glanced back at Bo, a hint of a small, almost imperceptible smile touching her perfectly sculpted lips. Thank you, Bo. That's beautiful. The word hung in the air, a fragile truce. She reached to pick up the package, her fingers brushing the delicate wrapping. Suddenly, a voice, a familiar, startlingly loud, an utterly inappropriate voice, boomed from directly behind Bo's chair, shattering the fragile piece like a meteor through a greenhouse. "Oh, Captain Montgomery, sir, are you on the main body of this ship? Captain, I found you. Goodness, I was so worried I might have missed you. It was Percy Pippin, resplendent in his meticulously pressed, if slightly ill-fitting, dress uniform, his beaming face a beacon of unbridled, unsophisticated joy. He was clutching a tiny data pad with coffee emblazoned across it in blocky, handwritten script, utterly oblivious to the subtle social nuances of elegant dining or the profound irritation his presence invariably caused. Bo nearly levitated out of his seat, a strangled yelp escaping him. He spilled his expensive Nebula wine onto his pristine uniform, creating a crimson stain on his breastplate. "Oh, hi, Percy," he exclaimed, whirling around to find his PFC beaming, almost vibrating with untamed energy, completely out of place in the refined setting. "Pippin, you grab a chair over there, would you? Somewhere else." Darla and me were just having a little after-dinner talk, a very private one, about galactic diplomacy. Bo gestured wildly at an empty service drone station. Anywhere but at their table. I thought what she was doing, Captain, didn't have nothing to do with talking, Percy observed innocently, gesturing with his head towards Darla, who was discreetly, but rapidly, reaching to close the package of anti-grav earrings on the seat, her expression now a perfect mask of bewildered horror. Percy then turned his wide, guileless eyes to Darla. "Oh, Miss Darla, it's a sight for sore eyes. It is. I said you two love birds, feeling and cooing and looking ever so much in love. Your radiant smiles illuminate the entire restaurant." Darla gave a slight gasp, her face palling. She quickly closed the package of anti-grav earrings, placing it carefully on the chair, as if it were a highly unstable plasma bomb. She was torn between profound mortification at Percy's utter lack of filter and a strange, almost hysterical amusement at the sheer, inescapable absurdity of his presence. Bo's face was beet red, a profound shade of embarrassment and rage. He clenched his jaw so hard his teeth ached. He looked at Percy, then at Darla, then at the curious stares from other tables. He desperately tried to regain some semblance of control over a spiraling evening. "Well, Darla, my love, it's been a perfect evening, hasn't it, honey?" He practically growled at Darla, his teeth clenched in a desperate, fixed smile that was utterly devoid of humor, an almost grotesque grimace. "Oh, it's been an evening I'll never forget, Bo," Darla replied, managing to inject a hint of genuine affection into her voice, despite Percy's presence, as if acknowledging his bizarre but ultimately well-meaning contributions to the narrative of their relationship. "Truly unforgettable, my darling. Every single delightful moment." "Yeah." Bo glanced at his new chronoglyph, noting the late hour. "Look, Darla, my dearest, it's getting a little late, and you have to get home to your orbital pod for your early morning hydropilates class. Waiter. Waiter for my bill. Jack. Hey, young man. The invoice for table 7. Chop chop." He snapped his fingers impatiently, trying to accelerate the evening's demise. A sleek, chrome-plated payment droid, gliding on silent anti-grav units, immediately appeared at their table. Bo, still fuming about Percy's relentless presence and the general unraveling of his evening, barely looked at the digital readout before he produced a single, crisply folded credit note from a hidden compartment in his uniform. "Ah, a 50-credit bill. It's, the smartest thing I have to pay with tonight. An excellent specimen of currency. Crisp and clean. A large denomination for such a delightful evening. For the waiter, you understand." He pressed it, with a flourish, into the droid's waiting slot. "Of course, a crisp 54. Le Chateau cost. Keep the change for your excellent, if interrupted, service." The droid processed the note. Its optic sensors, usually a calm blue, suddenly spun rapidly, like frantic emergency beacons, and a series of alarming red warning lights flashed across its polished chassis. A tinny, synthesized voice, distorted with what sounded suspiciously like digital panic, emanated from its speakers. "Alert, counterfeit detected, engaging lockdown protocol, initiating immediate alert to Stellar Patrol. Repeat, counterfeit detected, all Patreon. Please, remain calm. Security will be dispatched immediately." Bo's jaw dropped so far, it threatened to dislodge completely. His face, which had been crimson, suddenly drained of all color, turning an ashen gray. He felt a sickening lurch in his stomach. "What? Counterfeit? Impossible. But that's a brand new 50-credit chip, fresh from the automated kiosk, only hours ago. It can't be." The restaurant manager, a tall, imposing Zalosian with multiple, twitching sensory appendages and an air of profound disdain, immediately appeared at their table, accompanied by 2 hulking, heavily armed security droids, their plasma rifles primed and ready. "Captain Montgomery, I believe there's been a most regrettable misunderstanding, a profound breach of galactic law." He glared down at the crumpled, obviously fake 50-credit note, The payment droid now held up, its red lights still flashing maniacally. This is not legal tender in Cosmic Crucible City, sir. This, Captain, is an exceptionally poor forgery, often produced by low-level grifters operating in the market stalls near the planet. Bo's blood ran cold. He suddenly remembered Sly Silas's rapid retreat, the hurried refund, the peculiar insistence on the keep-the-change exchange, that blasted reptilian fraud. He gave me a phony note as change. After all, his talk of low overhead and ethical business, the conniving, multi-limbed serpent. He felt a dizzying mix of humiliation, rage, and a crushing sense of utter, absolute defeat. Percy, however, utterly oblivious to the gravity of the situation, the flashing red lights, the security droids, and Bow's rapidly unraveling world, just picked up his humming Well, Miss Darla, shall we have our last one for the road? A final toast to a most memorable evening, no matter the unexpected turns. Darla, utterly horrified by the flashing lights and the implication of interstellar criminality, simply stared at the looming security droids, her face pale. Why not, Percy? Who should we drink to, in this moment of unforeseen drama? She stammered, desperately trying to cling to some semblance of normalcy, to lighten the rapidly darkening, truly disastrous mood. Percy paused, his brow furrowed in earnest consideration, then brightened, a truly brilliant idea striking him. I know. Why don't we drink to the man that made this evening possible, Captain, Mr. Sly Silas, the serviceman's pal. He is the one with the low overheads and the generous refund policies. Darla, against her better judgment, against every fiber of her social consciousness, found herself almost giggling at the sheer, unmitigated absurdity of it all. The juxtaposition of deadly serious security in Percy's boundless was almost too much. I'll drink to that, Percy, to Sly Silas, the purveyor of wonders, and apparently unexpected legal challenges. And to you, Bo, darling, she added, giving Bo a truly scathing look of both betrayal and disbelief for showing me the nicest evening a girl ever had, even with a side of counterfeit credits and a phony, shedding scarf. Truly unforgettable. It was Bo, now surrounded by grim-faced droids, staring down the barrel of a stellar patrol investigation, and watching his reputation crumble like ancient space rock, could only manage a strangled cough, a pitiful, defeated sound. He lifted his glass, a desperate, utterly vanquished glint in his eye, to the man who was single-handedly dismantling his life. He simply bowed his head, defeated. The next morning, back at the Starstone Galactic encampment, Captain Beauregard Montgomery was a shattered man. He looked as though he hadn't slept in an entire solar cycle, his uniform wrinkled, still faintly stained with nebula wine, his expression perpetually haunted, like a ghost trapped in a feedback loop. He was trying, futilely, to catch a few moments of peace in his office, attempting to write his official incident report to the sector governor. Come on, Bo, Lancer Dixon's voice, muffled, but clearly audible, drifted in from the barracks. It's not your spot. She's just not gonna hit you again. But Darla is gone. Man, let her go. Well, don't aggravate yourself, Captain, Percy Pippin piped up, walking into Bo's office, unbidden, a perpetually cheerful morning star in Bo's personal nebula of gloom and despair. Maybe she's just taking a shower. She is. A very, very long, luxurious sonic shower to clear her mind. She'll come back, Captain, she will. Bo's head slammed onto his Durasteel desk with a metallic clang that echoed painfully in the silent office. That's a long shower, Pippin. A psycho-long shower. I've been dialing her cum unit since last night, and she won't even send a pre-recorded message back. He lifted his head, his eyes bloodshot, framed by dark circles. Boy, I've never seen Darla this steamed before, this angry, this absolutely furious. It was quite a spectacle. Things could have been worse if that restaurant manager hadn't let you go, Captain, Percy offered cheerfully, completely missing the point. You could have gone to jail for passing off counterfeit currency. That's federal space, a major intergalactic felony. It is. You were lucky, Captain. Very lucky, considering. What do you mean? Let me go, Bo seethed, slamming his fist on the desk. The few remaining reports danced precariously. I had to sign a sworn statement. Pippin, a legally binding document, that I'd pay that astronomical tab next payday. I have an electronic tracer on my tied directly to the restaurant's legal department. I can barely afford synth coffee now, much less orbital taxi fare. My credits are in negative allocation. We sure have been having a run of bad luck, haven't we, Captain? Percy lamented, oblivious to the fact that he was essentially a walking catalyst for most of it. A natural generator of calamitous events. First the fur, then the credits. And now, Miss Darla. It's an unfortunate series of cosmic coincidences. Yeah, a lot you've got to complain about. Pippin, Bo shot back, sarcasm dripping like radioactive coolant. I got stuck with a bum for a phony credit note. My reputation is in tatters, and my girl won't even speak to me. At least you got that chronoglyph back, Pippin. The magnificent, valuable, that's something, isn't it? What chronoglyph? Captain? Percy asked, genuinely puzzled, scratching his head. Bo pointed, with a trembling finger, at Percy's wrist. The chronoglyph you're wearing, Pippin. The one from Sly Silas, the expensive gravitonium piece that supposedly costs $12.95 credits. Percy looked down at his wrist. There, strapped to his forearm, was not the gleaming gravitonium chronoglyph Bo had returned to him. Instead, it was a sad, dull green band, its crystals dark and lifeless, its metallic elements oxidized, and the timepiece itself was completely gone, leaving only its shell. Well, that's not a chronoglyph, Captain. That's just the green band that the chronoglyph left before it stopped running completely. It did, and corroded. It did, in my sleep. And I thought it'd be good to keep the band, for sentimental value, since it was such a valuable, if ultimately short-lived, present. Bo stared, his jaw slowly dropping open so wide it felt as though it might hit the floor. His eyes bugged out, a terrifying mixture of incredulity and profound existential dread. You mean the chronoglyph is no good either, Pippin? It simply died in its sleep, and dissolved its valuable components into thin air. Of course not, Captain, Percy chirped, as if stating the most obvious fact in the universe. It's like you said yourself, Captain, a profound truth. It was. You can't expect to get a genuine gold chronoglyph for $12.95 credits. It was an impossible dream. It was. Bo's head felt as though a particularly large, very aggressive supernova had just detonated behind his ocular implants, sending searing pain through his entire cranial cavity. He clutched his temples, emitting a low, guttural growl that sounded less like a human and more like a disgruntled Xylosian swamp creature. Well, do me a favor, Pippin, will you? Just shut up. Thank you, Captain, Percy replied with sincere gratitude, nodding gravely. Thank you, Captain. I appreciate your permission. I do. Your commands are always so clear and precise. They are. He remained in the office, silently chewing his lip, perfectly still and completely, utterly silent. A heavy, palpable silence descended, even more oppressive than the sound. Bo felt a tiny, fragile spark of peace begin to glow in the abyss of his misery, a microscopic glimmer of hope. Perhaps, just perhaps, silence truly is golden, and Percy can, indeed, learn the virtue of quietude. He opened one eye, cautiously. Percy was still there, sitting ramrod straight on the edge of the console, but at least he was silent, perfectly still, his eyes fixed on Bo. So, Pippin, Bo ventured, his voice a cautious murmur, breaking the agonizing silence. You got big plans for the days ahead, then? Anything exciting on the docket now that your shopping adventures are done? You know it, Captain. Percy immediately burst back into speech, shattering the fragile piece into a million shimmering fragments, scattering them across the office. Oh yes! I've got a grand adventure awaiting me. Where are you going, Captain? He asked, not waiting for Bo to answer. I'm heading straight for that Nebula Nectar dance hall, the one with the pulsating lights and the captivating rhythms. It is. Bo raised a single eyebrow, interested despite himself, a flicker of professional curiosity piercing his gloom. Oh, is she the one that dances in a cage? Pippi, the multi-limbed Gorgon dancer. Percy's face clouded with concern, his brow furrowing with profound distress. That's right, Captain. In a cage. What kind of place is it where they keep a sentient being in a cage? Captain. It doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't. It feels like a violation of basic galactic ethics. It does. Bo rolled his eyes, a monumental effort given the throbbing behind them. Pippin, she's a human being, and she's happy in that cage, Pippin. It's part of the act. A performance artist. They sign waivers. They have strict performance contracts. They enjoy it. She's perfectly content in her cage. Pippin, she really is. And it's for everyone's safety, because when she dances, she gets wild. Really wild. You've got to see her to believe it, Pip. The raw, untamed energy is incredible. They've had more than a few incidents with audience members getting accidentally kicked during her more spirited numbers. Really? Percy looked genuinely distressed, a shiver running down his spine. Well, Captain, I don't think I'd enjoy that very much. I wouldn't. It bothers me to see an animal in a cage, much less a human being, even if they claim to be happy. It just seems like cruelty. No matter how wild she gets, it does. Bo sighed, rubbing his temples again. His head felt like it was expanding, ready to burst. Pippin, you're impossible, he muttered under his breath, barely audible. You want to try that with your pack on, Pippin? Your constant moralizing, your endless questions. Just for once. Follow orders without a philosophical debate, please. He straightened abruptly. Sorry, Captain. I don't mean to question your wisdom. I just try to live by my own conscience. I do. Bo slammed a fist on his desk, his composure evaporating. All right, you guys, listen up, he bellowed, exiting his office to address the rest of the first platoon, who were beginning to gather in the barracks area, a motley crew of various species, some still rubbing sleep from their many eyes. I thought it wouldn't hurt to inform you, you clowns, that the fleet's in, and it's Saturday cycle, and that means crowds, and horsing around, and trouble, which I want you to stay out of. Is that crystal clear? A clear mandate for the avoidance of unnecessary paperwork. Aye, Captain, came a ragged, somewhat unenthusiastic chorus of voices from the assembled Marines. Good, Lance Corporal Dixon. You smell like a man with ambitions to take over the whole Astrahaven borough, to establish your own small criminal empire. So maybe you better be extra careful today. One false move, Dixon, and you'll be assigned to perimeter patrol on an ice asteroid for the next 3 stellar cycles. Bo pointed at Lancer, his finger a vibrating rod of warning. Oh, no, not me, Captain, Lancer protested, a slight tremor in his voice, his previous swagger momentarily deflated. I got a date, all right, but no, cavorting with a bunch of trouble starters or any Zargonian bar creatures today. My ambitions are purely romantic, Captain. Oh, really? Tell us about it, Dixon Bo challenged, a cynical gleam in his eye. He sensed another grand theatrical lie brewing. Well, it's just a girl, Captain, just a girl, Lancer insisted, trying to downplay his fantastical claims. Just a girl, not for you, Dixon, Bo scoffed, knowing Lancer's dating habits. Your girls typically have more than 2 limbs, and a distinctly alien pheromone profile. Who is it, really? Matter of fact, Captain, she is something special, Lancer said, leaning in conspiratorially, lowering his voice. In fact, she's beautiful, really beautiful, and, Captain, you know where she works? In a zero-grav cage. Percy, who had quietly rejoined the platoon, piped up instantly, his face a mask of profound disapproval. Tell the captain about how she works in a cage, Lancer. Tell him. It's terrible, Captain. Simply terrible. An egregious violation of sentient rights. It is. Lancer glared at Percy, shooting him a look that could melt terrestrial. Go, Percival. It's fine. She loves it. She enjoys her art. Of course she works in a cage. Captain, she also eats and sleeps in a cage, because she's a magnificent performance artist. A beast of the dance floor. A kinetic marvel. You guys kill me. You know that. Lancer continued, addressing the rest of the platoon, utterly ignoring Percy's indignant sputtering. With your phony stories about your big dates, about your amazing adventures. Why can't you just say you're going into Astrahaven? Oh, you gotta give each other them snow jobs about them gorgeous dates and unbelievable conquests. It's pathetic. Your imagination is truly boundless. It is, Dixon. Bo watched the exchange, a familiar weariness returning, settling over him like a suffocating plasma blanket. He pinched the bridge of his nose again. Captain Montgomery, would you care to hear what I'm going to do today? Percy asked, raising his hand tentatively, like an eager schoolchild. No, Pippin, I would not, Bow replied flatly, his voice utterly drained of any remaining patience. Well, I'm going up to Andromedaville Dreamscape District, Percy announced proudly, utterly undeterred, his face beaming with the sheer joy of his planned excursion. I'm going to take one of them hyperscenic shuttle tours and see all the movie stars' orbital villas, the homes of the famous Holoflix stars. I am, with all their glistening by. Bo, for the first time that morning, felt a flicker of genuine interest, albeit tinged with cynical amusement. It was such a delightfully innocent, utterly Pippin-esque aspiration. That's thrilling. Pippin. Absolutely thrilling. A veritable tour de force of cinematic idolatry. I didn't mean anything by that, Captain, Percy said earnestly, misinterpreting Bo's sarcasm for genuine admiration. I really am. I've wanted to do that for the longest kind of time. I have. Since I was a little space llama herder on Hickenlooper Prime, to see where the magic happens. It is. Lancer groaned, burying his face in his hands. You hear that, Captain? Now, there's a date I can believe. A true, honest, unfabricated date. Him, I can believe. For once. You're welcome to come along if you'd care to, Lancer, Percy offered with genuine generosity, oblivious to Lancer's contempt. It'll be ever so informative. It will. No, Pippin, Bo interjected, shaking his head. But you know what? I've got to respect a man who tells the truth, even if that truth involves stargazing at celebrity biodomes from a tourist shuttle. It's a rare quality around here. Thank you, Captain Montgomery. It's a real nice thing to say. It really is. Percy beamed, looking immensely pleased. Because I believe that's really what you're going to do. Just what you said. You believe my truth. You do. Oh, I am. Captain, I am, Percy confirmed, nodding vigorously. Why, Pippin, is it beginning to sound good to you now? Bo asked, a mischievous glint in his eye, trying to draw Percy into a classic self-deprecating joke, a subtle test of his self. Because if it is, then I'll be proud to admit that it's the most captivating plan I've heard all cycle. No, Pippin, I said, no. Bo corrected himself, rubbing his temples, realizing he was slipping again. He couldn't afford to get tangled in another Pippin-into scheme. Now, the rest of you guys, I got just 2 words for you, for your liberty. 2 crucial directives for the avoidance of interplanetary incidents. Watch it. He gave them all a stern, sweeping gaze, his eyes burning with renewed resolve. Geez, Pippin, you want to go on that tour with me? Lancer asked, hoping to escape the shame of his previous lies about the cage dancer and save face among his peers. Gomer, have you forgotten Dolores in the cage? Percy whispered, eyes wide with disapproval, genuinely concerned about the ethical implications of the dance hall. You shouldn't support such things, Lancer. It's not right. Lancer rolled his eyes so hard Bo thought they might detach. See you later, pal, he called back, already heading out, eager to put as much distance between himself and Percy's moralizing as possible. And don't forget to say hello to Vera Ruber Ralston, and all the gang of fictional holographic historical figures on your tour, Pippin. Archie Finch just watched Percy with a fond, exasperated smile. I can always tell when you're pulling my leg, Pippin. You get that insincere look in your eyes. You do. Even when you're telling the truth, it has a strange quality to it. Yeah, well, don't go to any of those Andromedaville parties. Pippin Lancer called from the doorway, shaking his head. You can't afford the scandal. Not with your spotless Hickenlooper Prime reputation. Just look at him, Archie. Just look at his eyes. So pure. So he practically radiates an aura of honest mischief. Lancer dissolved into laughter as he made his exit, leaving Percy to his grand, innocent adventure. Percy, with a final wave, exited the barracks, a lone figure of pure, untainted optimism. He was ready for his day of innocent and adulterated celebrity home. Bo Montgomery sighed. At least Pippin was going to be safely out of trouble's way, visiting biodomes and observing famous residencies. He hoped, for a precious few hours, there might just be some peace on Zelos 4. He could almost feel it, a fleeting whisper of tranquility before the inevitable. The Starstone Galactic Encampment, a colossal monument of reinforced durasteel and pulsating plasma conduits, clung with grim, desperate determination to the desolate, rust-colored surface of Xylos 4. This particular moon, an outpost on the farthest reaches of known space, was so relentlessly barren, so devoid of life-sustaining atmosphere, that it made even the most austere and punishing training simulations typically set on volcanic inferno worlds or corrosive gas giants, feel like idyllic pleasure worlds by comparison. For countless solar cycles, this monolithic outpost had served as a critical forward operating base, a silent, unblinking sentinel on the galactic frontier. Its purpose, chillingly clear: to rigorously train, to unyieldingly discipline, and to project the formidable, unwavering might of the Starstone Marine Corps across the chaotic expanse of the sector. Yet, despite the unforgiving environment, the ceaseless hum of industrial energy scrubbers cleaning atmospheric and the distant, unsettling grind of asteroid mining, a palpable current of eager, almost frenzied, anticipation crackled through the complex this morning. It was credit disbursement cycle, a universally acknowledged pause, a sacred temporal anomaly carved out of the perpetual grind of interplanetary defense. For the battle-hardened, discipline-forged men and the startlingly diverse array of multi-species personnel comprising the Starstone Marine Corps, this meant one immutable, joyous truth: blissful, yet often illusory, promise of freedom. Freedom from rigid regulations, from the mind-numbing repetition of combat drills that honed them into interstellar fighting machines, from the soul-crushing routine of simulated hostile alien encounters, and, most profoundly, from the surprisingly potent, vaguely metallic aroma and indistinguishable taste of the recycled nutrient paste that constituted their daily sustenance rations. A culinary experience Beau Montgomery privately likened to chewing on compressed space. But for Captain Beauregard Beau Montgomery, perpetually exasperated commanding officer of the 1st Platoon, almost hypnotic thrum-shimwish, emanating from the automated PE kiosks, was not a herald of relaxation. No, to Beau's exquisitely stressed nerves, already frayed from a cascade of minor catastrophes and the omnipresent threat of insubordination from both man and machine, it was a dire, piercing warning, a sinister overture to an inevitable symphony of chaos. It signaled the monthly, irreversible unleashing of his carefully, yet laughably, ineffectively, trained charges into Cosmic Crucible City. This sprawling, neon-drenched metropolis, a labyrinthine wonder of illicit commerce, dubious entertainment, and outright hedonism, clung precariously to a nearby asteroid, its multi-tiered districts pulsating with 1,000 illicit pleasures. Cosmic Crucible City was universally acknowledged as the sector's most vibrant, yet undeniably dangerous, interstellar hub of planetary pleasures. Beau knew with a cold, almost sickening certainty, a premonition that chilled him deeper than the vacuum of space, that his already towering mountain of administrative reports, meticulously detailing everything from perpetual malfunctioning grab boots to dangerously creative instances of unsanctioned asteroid bug consumption, from accidental plasma discharges in the mess hall to mysterious disappearances of cutlery during nutrient-paste servings, from inexplicable delays in stellar mail delivery to the constant, maddening drip of resource requisitions, would, by the end of the solar cycle, only grow exponentially taller. These new reports, he grimly predicted, would be weighted down by a fresh deluge of interspecies skirmishes, often fueled by dubious alien libations, and a profound misunderstanding of multi-species courtship rituals. Charges of public indecency involving exotic, bioluminescent flora, and inevitably, an alarming proliferation of new, creatively engineered financial debacles that would haunt his budget projections for stellar cycles to come, causing more headaches than a direct hit from an ion cannon. Beau sat slumped at his regulation-issue terrestrial desk, a figure of profound, almost comical, authority in his Spartan, perpetually dusty office. The metallic temps of ozone from the overworked air purifiers mingled unpleasantly with the faint, unsettling aroma of recycled synthetic fibers that permeated his regulation-issue uniform, a scent he'd come to associate with institutional despair. His fingers, calloused from years of energy weapon maintenance, and currently aggravated by the incessant, frenetic inputting of data into holographic interfaces, danced across the glowing panels. He was engaged in a desperate last-ditch effort to achieve administrative solvency, attempting to clear the digital backlog before Cosmic Crucible City, with its intoxicating siren song of dubious entertainment, and even more dubious merchandise, began its inexorable planetarily gravitational pull on his unsuspecting men, drawing them like moth creatures from a dim nebula directly towards a supermassive, pleasure-inducing supernova. Each blinking indicator light on his console seemed to mock his futile, almost heroic attempts to balance the books. Bo adjusted his ocular implants, willing away a nascent headache that felt like a tiny, erratic fusion reactor throbbing behind his eyes, radiating waves of pure, undiluted stress. He had a premonition of pain, a deep, unsettling hum in his very bones, a foreboding that permeated his every pore. A light, crisp knock, followed by a theatrical, almost precisely timed, pause, echoed from his office portal. Bo suppressed a sigh so profound it rattled the synth-leather bindings on his reports, sending a tremor through the precarious stack. Here it came, the beginning of the end. Yet again. Enter. He barked, his voice rough and hoarse, accustomed to cutting through atmospheric turbulence, through battlefield chatter, and more recently, through his own muttered invectives at inanimate objects, particularly a particularly stubborn datapad that seemed to delight in freezing at critical moments, mocking his authority. Lency Cook Porau, Lancer Dixon recruit whose iridescent hair seemed to defy the very laws of gravity, strode to attention. Hailing from the neon-drenched urban sprawl of Viridia, a planet famous for its towering chrome spires and even taller stacks of illicit credits, Lancer possessed an inherent, almost arrogant self-assurance that usually Bo found intensely irritating, a perpetual smirk etched into his features that hinted at countless unspoken transgressions. But today, it simply registered as another ominous, a premonitory rumble before a major seismic event was about to utterly obliterate Bo's carefully constructed semblance of order. Lancer's reptilian pupils, usually shimmering with an avaricious gleam that bespoke an unhealthy obsession with personal gain, narrowed slightly as he met Bo's tired, bloodshot gaze, as if already assessing the captain's vulnerability, calculating how best to exploit it for an early pass, or a favorable posting to a sector renowned for its exotic night. Lance Corporal Dixon, Lancer, requesting pay disbursement. 67 credits. Captain, Lancer announced, his voice smooth and confident, almost like the drone of a well-oiled illicit cargo shuttle accelerating through dense asteroid fields. He presented his data chip with an exaggerated flourish, sliding it across the desk with a theatrical click that resonated unnaturally loudly in the strained silence of the office. Bo's fingers, now moving with a weary, practiced efficiency that spoke of countless previous credit disbursement cycles, initiated the electronic transfer. The automated kiosk unit embedded in his desk emitted its characteristic digital a sound that, to Bo's ears, had taken on the somber, almost ceremonial resonance of a small funeral toll for Lance's freshly acquired credits. He could already visualize them, a vibrant stream of digital currency, dissolving instantaneously into the eager, nefarious hands of a low-grade smuggler hawking genuine void whale oil, or perhaps a multi-limbed grifter, guaranteeing a win at Sabak for a hefty processing fee, or maybe even worse, frittered away at a high-stakes asteroid skipping tournament where the house always won, using stacked dice embedded with quantum entanglement chips. Bo suppressed a shudder. Don't spend it all in one sector, Dixon Bo advised, his voice flat, devoid of any real hope or conviction, yet thick with unspoken warnings. His eyes, though weary, were stern, reflecting the fluorescent glow in tiny pinpricks of light that seemed to mirror his internal desperation. And remember the recently enforced curfew on the Astrohaven Borough docks. The sector governor, in a surprising, and frankly alarming, fit of legislative competence, has issued a new, highly stringent mandate clamping down on interspecies skirmishes, particularly those escalating after sundown and involving explosive flora, especially, Bo emphasized, a vein throbbing faintly in his temple, indicating a rising blood pressure that would surely make his next medical report even more alarming. Those involving the notoriously belligerent Zargonian bar. Their temperaments, as you well know, are notoriously volatile, particularly after ingesting too much fermented plasmail and having their cranial crests insulted, however inadvertently, by a passing comment on their peculiar mating rituals. The medical bills alone from last cycle's incident involving the sector tax collector and 3 enraged Zargonians were astronomical, and the forms required almost as much energy as a hyperdrive jump to complete. Lancer's already wide grin widened further, a flash of bioluminescent dental work, briefly illuminating the dim office like a tiny, celebratory aurora. His pupils seemed to dilate slightly, indicating heightened amusement. Wouldn't dream of it, Captain. My evening plans are purely educational, for purely scientific and cultural enrichment purposes. You understand? I'm simply a keen observer of galactic society. After all, just a quiet evening of cultural exchange, perhaps some ethnographic observation in the outer boroughs, gathering data on local customs and sociological trends among various nocturnal species, and a taste of some highly authentic, indigenous delicacies, for purely research purposes. Of course, he winked conspiratorially, a gesture that, as always, was completely lost on Bo, who merely grunted in dismissive agreement. Bo simply didn't have the mental or emotional bandwidth to decipher Lance's thinly veiled innuendo, or to engage in a protracted moralistic debate about the fine distinction between cultural exchange and procuring questionable, potentially illicit entertainment in a back-alley establishment that barely adhered to atmospheric regulations. He was too tired for semantics. "Thank you, sir." Lancer executed another sharp theatrical salute, a flawless, almost contemptuous snap. Then he spun on his heel with an abruptness that made Bo's head ache acutely, feeling like his brain was sloshing around inside his skull. Lancer was already mentally navigating the complex neon labyrinth of Astrohaven, undoubtedly plotting the most efficient, most lucrative, and most pleasure-filled route to his delicacies, probably bypassing several known security checkpoints in the process. Next in line, his very presence, almost an apology, was Private Gleep Globax, a small, multi-eyed alien from a methane-rich asteroid colony on the fringes of the sector. Gleep shuffled forward with a nervous twitch of his various sensory appendages, which twirled and clicked in a distressed, chitinous symphony, his species equivalent of a deep breath or a profound anxiety attack, often exacerbated by brightly lit environments and the proximity of superior officers. Glip, always on edge, perpetually twitchy, practically melted under Bo's weary gaze. He didn't even attempt a verbal greeting, his multifaceted eyes darting nervously around the office, as if expecting a plasma ghost to manifest or a rogue datapad to accuse him of a transgression. Instead, he silently presented his data chip, which quivered precariously in his multi-jointed grip, resembling a newly minted jelly creature, attempting to maintain stability in a zero-gravity centrifuge, entirely at the mercy of chaotic forces. Private Globax Gleep. Bo read from the chip, the familiar name sending a peculiar pattern of throbbing through his own ocular implant. Gleep was. His intricate, multi-limbed physiology made him agile in his natural low-gravity habitat, but his delicate metabolism meant he mostly consumed bland engineered protein paste. And his anxieties were legendary across the entire base, often flaring up during periods of high atmospheric pressure or the unexpected sound of a loud sneeze. He possessed a truly remarkable, almost ability to attract and subsequently misplace his credits with astonishing regularity and creativity, often involving highly improbable scenarios that defied all statistical likelihood. Bo suppressed yet another sigh, this one so profound it threatened to dislodge his vocal cords entirely and leave him with nothing but a silent, existential scream. 73 credits. The credits transferred with another Try not to get separated from your money this time, Globax, Bo advised, his voice a low, warning growl that rumbled in his chest, tinged with a weariness that bordered on despair. Remember what happened last month with the telepathic vendors on Omicron 5? And the rather embarrassing, not to mention expensive, incident involving the hypnotic We're still trying to get your medical expenses cleared for that one. And the sector provost is taking a rather dim view of accidental psychic mind wipes due to poor financial stewardship, involving hallucinogenic fauna, as a legitimate excuse for debt. So keep that chip safe. Gleep. Gleep chittered softly, a series of rapid-fire clicks and whistles, accompanied by an unsettling rustling of his chitinous exoskeleton, sounds that translated roughly to profound apology and terrified acquiescence. It was a sound that might have been an apology, a plea for understanding, or perhaps a deeply ominous premonition of his impending financial doom. He clutched his data chip to his many-faceted chest, as if it were a fragile, freshly laid egg, destined to hatch into pure monetary disappointment. Then, with a frantic, skittering motion, he scurried away, his grav boots whining softly, a tiny, almost mournful sound. He was undoubtedly heading directly for the sanctuary of the barracks, and the reassuringly bland, predictable safety of his beloved protein paste rations. And perhaps, both thought, a secure, impenetrable strongbox, for his remaining credits, one lined with a psychic dampening alloy, and equipped with redundant temporal displacement locks, just in case. And then, as if summoned by Beau's deepest, most primal fear of boundless, untainted innocence, a fear that regularly warred with his military pragmatism and his desperate need for competence, he appeared. The very air in the office seemed to shimmer with an inexplicable brightness. Or perhaps it was just Beau's perception distorting from exhaustion and the crushing weight of his responsibility. A slightly loping gait that somehow still managed to convey earnest purpose and an unflaggingly cheerful disposition. An eager, openly trusting face framed by slightly unruly dark hair that seemed perpetually disheveled, as if perpetually swept by an unseen, friendly cosmic breeze that ignored all laws of aerodynamics. And eyes, wide and perpetually guileless, that held the boundless, unblinking optimism of a newly hatched spacelark, taking its very first, wondrous glance at a solar cycle. This was Private First Class Percival Percy Pippin, hailing from the quaint, perpetually agrarian planetoid of Hickenlooper Prime. Percy was not merely a marine, he was a walking, talking anomaly within the grizzled and perpetually aggravated ranks of the Starstone Marine Corps. He was the perpetual fount of unshakable sunshine, an unstoppable force of utterly guileless optimism, and, not coincidentally, the singular, most profound source of Captain Beauregard Montgomery's rapidly graying hair, his increasingly prominent forehead wrinkles, and his swiftly escalating blood pressure. Percy was, in essence, Beau's karmic retribution in a regulation issue uniform, a living, breathing testament to the universe's infinite capacity for irony, and a perpetual challenge to the very concept of military stoicism. PFC Pippin, Percival, requesting pages. Percy saluted with an almost theatrical flourish, a joyous little bob that suggested his grav boots barely touched the polished deck plates, as if he might spontaneously float upwards. His grin, wide and utterly infectious, stretched from ear to ear, radiating pure, uncomplicated happiness, reflecting the harsh fluorescent overhead lights in a dazzling display of blinding optimism. Beau sighed, a long, drawn-out exhalation that sounded suspiciously like a hyperventilating astromech trying desperately to expel a clogged exhaust filter, followed by the defeated groan of a star engine sputtering its last, dying gasp. He looked at Percy, who simply beamed back, completely immune to Beau's palpable aura of exhaustion and irritation. Beau's internal alarm bells were not merely ringing, they were blaring, a full-scale klaxon, announcing the arrival of an inevitable, yet unpredictable, disaster. Here we go, Beau thought, his mind already bracing himself for the inevitable, for the peculiar flavor of Pippin-induced chaos that was sure to follow, like clockwork, after the sun set. Pippin, 73 credits. Beau managed to articulate, his voice an almost imperceptible croak, thick with an ominous premonition that prickled his skin. He initiated the funds transfer with a heavy heart, watching the digital numbers work, knowing this was just the prologue to another epic saga of bewildering mishaps, misunderstanding, and unforeseen consequences. Here you are, Pippin, for all your tireless efforts. Percy didn't immediately turn to leave. Instead, his expansive grin soft, becoming even more disarmingly earnest. His eyes, naturally wider, reminiscent of twin supernova remnants observed from a safe distance, filled with profound contemplation. They clouded with a strange, almost spiritual sincerity. He clutched his newly loaded data chip to his chest, seemingly lost in thought. His brows furrowed in a charmingly perplexed expression, indicated deep philosophical rumination on the nature of value and labor. "Sir," he began, his voice imbued with a touching, almost spiritual sincerity, as if divulging a deeply held truth gleaned from the very fabric of the cosmos itself. "I hope you don't mind my saying so. I truly hope you don't. But I just can't get over it. Captain, I really can't get over it. I truly can't, sir." He shook his head slowly, a gesture of profound bewilderment, as if wrestling with a complex paradox. "Month after month, you stand right here, right in this very office, looking quite sharp, even when stressed, Captain, and you hand me all these wonderful credits for something I just truly love doing. It hardly feels like work at all. It really doesn't, Captain. It feels more like, well, it feels more like a hobby, almost. Or like getting paid for simply having fun. It's simply wonderful. It is." The Starstone Marine Corps truly offers boundless opportunities for personal fulfillment. Bo blinked, then again, harder, willing away the encroaching madness. He'd prepared himself for a panoply of possibilities, a veritable galaxy of potential Pippin-related calamities. A convoluted request for an early pass to visit a particularly robust exoflora exhibit on a neighboring moon, complete with highly detailed, hand-drawn schematics of exotic pollen structures and their cultural significance to the indigenous gaseous species. An intricate and undoubtedly lengthy explanation of a minor infraction involving a rogue multi-tool, a sensitive piece of communications equipment, and an unsuspecting sentient potted plant named Bartholomew that apparently harbored a secret desire to transmit poetry across subspace channels. Or perhaps even an impromptu musical number celebrating the joy of space travel, accompanied by rhythmic stomping, off-key whistling, an interpretive dance. But this genuine, unadulterated outpouring of profound job satisfaction and boundless gratitude, delivered with such an earnest, guileless face, it was utterly disarming. And, strangely, more unsettling than any complaint Bo had heard all cycle. Such innocent joy was almost alarming. It disquieted him to his very core, threatening to shatter his carefully constructed stoicism. "That's fine," Pippin Bo managed to articulate, rubbing his temples, which had begun to pulse with a singular, insistent beat, like a miniature, malfunctioning distress beacon deep within his cranial cavity, sending out faint, urgent signals of impending collapse. "Glad to hear you're enjoying your enlistment. We do, after all, strive for high morale among the troops, even if some of us seem immune to it, despite our most fervent efforts, and despite the endless flow of motivational holos and mandatory team-building exercises, which are often, frankly, counterproductive." His gaze briefly, pointedly, flickered to a towering stack of disciplinary action, unauthorized contact with belligerent Zargonian bark reaches and property damage. Report multiple citations and unpaid fines. Reports featuring Lance Corporal Lancer Dixon, which seemed to grow taller. Almost supernaturally, the longer Bo looked at them, threatening to collapse at any moment and bury him under a pile of bureaucratic woe. Percy nodded vigorously, completely oblivious to the implied barb, his eyes shining with an almost unholy, ecstatic light. He continued, his voice a pure, unwavering testament to contentment. "Oh, and Captain, if you don't mind me taking another moment of your precious time, I also wanted to say about the sustenance cycles you've been serving in the mess hall. They've just been absolutely wonderful, truly top-notch. They are culinary masterpieces. Every single one. Chef Grunger really outdid himself." His face beamed, radiating an almost blinding aura of contentment, a stark contrast to Bo's growing grimness. "Take last cycle, for instance. Oh, my stars. We had those reconstructed tuna. They tasted just like freshly caught biofish. They did, right from the crystalline lakes of Hickenloop. Succulent and savory, they were. I went back 4 seconds, of course, because they were so very, very good. But there was so much left over that I reckon I could have had thirds if I'd have wanted. They were truly a credit to the quartermaster's inventive rehydration techniques and culinary ingenuity. A veritable feast for the senses. They were, Captain." Bo's mouth twitched, a subtle tick developing at the corner of his jaw. His stomach, usually a stoic, unflinching fortress against mess hall horrors, gave an uncharacteristic, deeply unsettling lurch, threatening to unleash its own internal chaos. He had personally tasted those particular croquettes just last cycle, and distinctly recalled them possessing the vague texture of compacted synth sponge, and the subtle, yet persistently metallic, flavor profile of burnt atmospheric filters. "That's fine, Pip. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really do need to address this backlog of critical reports and avoid spontaneous combustion. A very real hazard for officers under extreme psychological and administrative stress. Pippin." Bo's voice was barely a whisper now, thick with resignation and the faint tremor of impending psychological collapse, a sound like dry leaves rustling in a coming storm. "And then, Captain," Percy pressed on, utterly heedless of the interruption, or indeed, Bo's very visible descent into an existential crisis, his enthusiasm, cascading tidal wave of innocent praise, a verbal supernova that threatened to consume all in its path. "Them new grav mat slippers we got in last orbital rotation. Oh my stars. They're so comfy. So luxurious. They are. They practically levitate you across the deck plates. They do. Like walking on a cloud of stardust, or perhaps on the very ethereal wisps of a nebula itself. The cushioning is simply unparalleled, softer than a newly spawned space Wookiee cub. If I was staying at the finest orbital resort in this sector, Captain, the one with the diamond-encrusted meteor showers, and the cocktail lounges and the personal fusion spa, I couldn't ask for any better. I truly couldn't. Not even a single grav-mat slipper could be improved upon. They're that perfect. A true testament to comfort and advanced ergonomics. Bo, now feeling a faint, high-pitched ringing in his ears, like the distant, mournful cry of an enraged space bat denied its nocturnal prey, accompanied by the low thrum of hyperdrive stress, merely managed to produce a strangled sound that might have been a gasp or a nascent, desperate yell. He pressed his palms to his ocular implants, trying to banish the hallucinatory vision of unending perfection and praise that seemed to assault his very soul, twisting his reality into a comedic nightmare. Good, Pippin. Good. Next. He practically bellowed the last word, his voice cracking slightly, desperate to stem the torrent of innocent praise before it utterly choked him. Metaphorically, physically, and spiritually, he envisioned himself drowning in a shimmering, suffocating sea of positive feedback, consumed by the very enthusiasm he usually strove to cultivate. Well, Captain, I can see you're terribly busy. You truly are, sir, Percy chirped, finally, taking the broadest possible hint Bo could possibly offer. He executed another perfectly jaunty, almost bouncing, completely lacking any hint of irony or awareness of Bo's impending mental unraveling. So I'll see you next cycle, Captain. You have yourself a most productive credit disbursement cycle. You hear, and don't you worry about a thing. I'll take care of whatever you need. My duties are your duties, sir. With that, he turned and, with an eager, almost skip-like step, bounced out of the office, his presence leaving behind a distinct, lingering scent of freshly laundered uniform, purified ozone, and bewildering, unwavering optimism that seemed to coat every surface like a fresh layer of highly adhesive space glue. Bo watched him go, then slumped back in his chair, exhaling a long, shuddering breath that felt like the last vestiges of his remaining sanity escaping into the Zalosian atmosphere, dissipating into the vast, indifferent void. Next cycle, he muttered to himself, the words tasting like ashes in his mouth, dry and bitter, is a long time between credit. He wasn't entirely sure why he'd used the name Humble, perhaps a vague, bitter reference to his own swiftly plummeting financial status, or merely a subconscious acknowledgement of the universe's infinite capacity for cosmic irony, given Pippin's complete lack of any true humility. And that, he added, looking at the untouched, still trembling pile of disciplinary reports, which now seemed to be subtly mocking him, leaning precariously on the verge of total collapse, is the absolute, terrifying truth of it. His head was already starting to throb with the familiar dull ache of an impending migraine, a pain that usually indicated incoming plasma artillery barrages, and payday was barely a few minutes old. He had a sneaking suspicion it was going to be a long month, or, perhaps, a very long night, filled with bureaucratic headaches, existential dread, and the terrifying, utterly inescapable prospect of dealing with his perpetually perplexing platoon, especially the indomitable Percy Pippin. He rubbed his temples again, already planning his retreat to a secure, hermetically sealed, soundproof chamber, perhaps buried deep beneath the base, shielded by layers of plasteel and antipsychic dampeners, far from any innocent praise or mundane purchasing plans. Just as he thought he might regain a solitary, microscopic shred of sanity, a mere fragment of inner peace, the door creaked open again, bringing with it a fresh wave of despair that was almost palpable. This time, it was Private Archibald Archie Finch, Percy's closest buddy, a lanky, gangly youth with a perpetually worried expression, like a newborn space rabbit caught in a crosswind during a meteor shower, utterly terrified by a distant thunderclap. And, to Bo's immediate, profound irritation, Lindsay Corporal Lancer Dixon, already back from his premature escape to Astro Haven, apparently having returned solely to catch up with Archie. A minor inconvenience that Bo knew, with grim certainty, would inevitably snowball into a full-blown planetary crisis before sundown. Well, there you are, fellows, Archie exclaimed, his voice high-pitched and slightly reedy, seeing Lancer. Archie had a nervous habit of constantly fiddling with the communid on his wrist, as if expecting urgent, harrowing updates from the darkest reaches of the galaxy, or perhaps a sudden attack from rogue. I wondered where you all went. I thought perhaps a Zargonian bar creature had finally developed a taste for Starstone Marines. Or perhaps a rogue sentient potted plant had decided to stage a dramatic escape and capture a shuttle, perhaps even with hostile intent. Lancer, still radiating an air of slick, unshakable confidence despite his short absence, clapped Archie on the shoulder, a gesture that managed to be both fraternal and subtly a mischievous glint appeared in his reptilian eye, dancing under the harsh lights. Listen, Archie, my friend, my reliable comrade, he purred, leaning in conspiratorially. His voice was smooth as polished plasma glass, oozing false charm. I'm going into Astrohaven tonight to meet some highly interesting sentient beings. Some fresh faces, if you catch my drift, ones with iridescent scales, a penchant for intricate dance, and a surprising appreciation for speculative economics. Want to come along? Lancer punctuated this with a suggestive waggle of his eyebrows, a motion that somehow always looked illicit on his face, indicating motives far removed from cultural exchange. Archie scratched his head, a thoughtful frown creasing his brow like a poorly folded star chart that had seen too many stellar winds. His fidgeting increased, his fingers automatically beginning to polish an imaginary spot on his uniform, a nervous habit that intensified under stress. Thanks a lot, Lancer. I truly appreciate the generous offer. I do. It sounds quite exciting, but my plans are already made. I've got some very important, pressing errands to run. My duties, though not military. And I've already promised Percy I'd run some of them for him. A promise is a promise. You see, especially to Percy, who takes such things very seriously. He does. Lancer raised a quizzical brow, an air of predatory curiosity briefly replacing his usual mischief. His lips curved into a subtle, almost contemptuous sneer. Oh, really? Spill. What momentous, utterly enthralling adventure awaits a dedicated Marine on credit to cycle that successively trumps the irresistible lure of new acquaintances, glittering establishments, an exotic entertainment in Astrohaven, a secret mission, perhaps, from the sector governor himself, involving a daring infiltration, or a particularly enticing holographic concert featuring the Void Sirens, known for their mesmerizing performances. First of all, Archie explained, his voice laced with the quiet excitement of someone who truly enjoyed the simpler, more predictable pleasures of orbital life, detailing his day with a meticulous, almost reverent cadence, as if describing a complex tactical maneuver. I'm going to transmute a message capsule back home to Hickenlooper Prime. Mother Percy's mother, and a dear friend of my own family, expects her weekly updates. She does. And I would hate to disappoint her with a late delivery, as the Interstellar Postal Service can be rather fickle with package integrity, often leading to crucial information being delayed by stellar flares or rogue cosmic dust clouds. He paused for a brief, dramatic effect, then continued, warming to his subject. And then, I'm going over to the Galactic Emporium. They're having a special on hydrosanitation footwear, gravmat slippers, actually, with enhanced cushioning, anti-static properties, and antimicrobial woven soles, scientifically proven to eliminate 99.9% of all known I thought I'd pick me up a couple of pair. One for myself, of course, for peak foot comfort and hygiene, and perhaps an extra pair for Percy, should his ever succumb to wear and tear, or unexpected atmospheric corrosion during his enthusiastic cleaning duties. He's rather rough on his footwear, bless his heart, often wearing them out far before their projected lifespan, despite his best efforts to polish them. Lancer groaned dramatically, throwing his head back in a gesture of profound, comedic despair, his iridescent hair momentarily catching the office lights, making him resemble a disgruntled nebula. The slick facade he normally maintained finally slipped, replaced by a look of utter, unadulterated exasperation. His reptilian pupils narrowed in disgust. Archie, you're not going to spend your whole payday, glorious credits, capable of buying a small asteroid, buying gravmat slippers, are you? What kind of interstellar pleasure is that? What kind of cosmic memory does that create? This is precisely why your species has such a low cultural innovation index. You'll contribute nothing to galactic hedonism, and even less to planetary fashion trends. But I have to, Lancer. I truly have to. Archie insisted, a slight tremor in his voice, his fidgeting increasing, betraying his deep-seated anxiety about poor foot hygiene. A phobia he'd developed after witnessing a particularly nasty case of fungal rot on a deep space freighter. He gestured emphatically at his current, worn grav boots, which indeed looked ready for the scrap heap. My old pairs hopelessly warped from that last atmospheric re-entry scrub down, where we had to manually clean the hyperdrive conduits of the Starstone Valiant after that nasty plasma build-up. Remember, they're utterly unusable. Now, practically melted to my feet from the acidic solvents. And you know what they say? It's a universal truth across all enlightened species. Good hygiene starts from the feet on up. Can't be too careful when navigating the alien terrains of uncharted planets, or even the shared sonic shower bays of the barracks. Now can you? Infections can spread so quickly. You see, and gravmat slippers are the first line of defense against any unpleasant fungal incursions. Lancer threw his hands up in mock, yet deeply felt exasperation. He simply couldn't comprehend such utilitarian, frankly boring, choices on a precious credit display. Such mundane pursuits defied the very spirit of payday, which, to Lancer, was about unchecked indulgence and spectacular displays of temporary wealth. That's the way you want it, Archie. Don't say I didn't offer you a more stimulating alternative, one that involves sparkling beverages, exotic xerograv dances, and opportunities for cultural immersion that might just redefine your perception of existence. We'll see you later, pal. Try not to track too much dirt into your new gravmat slippers, or Captain Montgomery will have a fit. You know how he gets when things are not utterly pristine. See you, fellers, Archie called out, his voice already fading as he headed towards the communications bay. Undoubtedly contemplating the perfect turn of phrase for his mother's message capsule and the specific cushioning level and antimicrobial properties of his new gravmat slippers. Have a good time in Osterhaven. Be safe, and try to avoid this Argonian bar. They can be rather feisty when their cranial crests are jostled too vigorously, leading to regrettable incidents. And try not to make any questionable financial decisions. For Captain Montgomery's sake, his credit balance is already strained. It is, and I overheard him muttering about having to take a second job as an orbital janitor. Bo watched the entire, excruciatingly mundane exchange, a familiar, crushing weariness settling over him, heavy as an anchor-gravitational field clamping down on a stray meat, gravmat slippers, interstellar message capsules detailing laundry schedules, his men, his life. He slammed a data pad down on his desk with a resonant clang, the small thud echoing unnaturally loudly in the suddenly quiet office. His head, which had previously only throbbed with a dull ache, now felt as though a particularly large. Very annoyed, supernova was about to detonate behind his ocular implants, threatening to rip his brain from his skull entirely. He had a sneaking suspicion it was going to be a long month, or, perhaps, a very long night, filled with bureaucratic headaches, existential dread, and the terrifying, utterly inescapable prospect of dealing with his perpetually perplexing platoon, especially the indomitable Percy Pippin. He rubbed his temples again, already planning his retreat to a secure, hermetically sealed, soundproofed chamber, perhaps buried deep beneath the base, shielded by layers of plasteel and antipsychic dampeners, far from any innocent praise or mundane purchasing plans. He considered simply locking his office door and never emerging. Chapter 2. The Chronoglyph of Cosmic Hues. The flickering neon sign of the Comic Hues Billiards Hall cast a sickly green, almost phosphorescent glow onto the perpetually bustling, allelic thoroughfare of Astrohaven Borough. This district, infamous across Cosmic Crucible City, was a dense labyrinth of questionable establishments, its narrow lanes perpetually shrouded in a thin, hazy film of synthetic pollutants that made breathing a marginally unpleasant experience for non-adapted species. The air itself, thick with the cloying aroma of stale sin, the metallic tang of malfunctioning energy converters that constantly threatened to sometimes alarming, scent of myriad alien species, from the ammonia-breathing Grungans with their perpetually moist skin to those Zerans with their crackling fur, was a cacophony of low murmurs, occasional raucous shouts, and the rhythmic, almost hypnotic clack of plasmorbs colliding on distant tables. Captain Beauregard Montgomery, ever the stickler for order, for efficiency, for predictable regulations, generally preferred his spaceports well lit, rigidly regimented, and utterly devoid of such sensory assaults on his finely honed military senses. He abhorred chaos. Yet, duty, or rather, the desperate, unyielding need to recoup his burgeoning financial losses from Colonel Sterling Sting Ramsey's friendly, credit-draining wages, which seemed designed specifically to torment Bo both financially and psychologically, often led him, much against his will, to frequent a shadier, more morally ambiguous corners of the galaxy. Tonight, however, his pilgrimage to this cesspool of interplanetary commerce was driven by a more urgent, grim, and deeply foreboding determination. The pressing need to protect his dim-witted charges from the predatory denizens of such unsavory establishments, whose cunning rivaled even that of the most ruthless interstellar crime syndicates. He pictured them as a collective hydra of... Meanwhile, blissfully unaware of Bo's internal monologues of despair, financial ruin, and rapidly escalating blood pressure, Percy Pippin had indeed embarked on his highly anticipated credit disbursement cycle journey. His first destination, the gleaming, yet surprisingly utilitarian, Galactic Emporium, promising wondrous hydrosanitation footwear and possibly other, equally thrilling, utilitarian delights that spoke directly to his Hickenlooper prime sensibilities, practical durability, and a good, honest price, qualities far more important than gaudy adornment. But just as he was about to step through the Emporium's shimmering plasma shield, an energy barrier designed to deflect everything from minor orbital debris to overly aggressive telepathic marketers, whose pitches could burrow directly into your subconscious and make you crave nutrient paste with extra fiber, smooth and deceptively captivating as polished chromium, sliced through the bustling throng of shoppers, gawkers, and occasional low-level rogues. "Hey, friend, you, over here!" You were the earnest expression and the most remarkably spotless grav boots in this entire asteroid-sized market, a testament to your diligent spirit, a beacon of military neatness. Percy paused, his head cocked like a curious spacelark trying to identify a new, unfamiliar atmospheric disturbance that didn't immediately sound hostile or predatory. He glanced around, his many-faceted eyes scanning the chaotic, neon-drenched market. His uniform, freshly pressed and pristine, stood out like a beacon of pure innocence amidst the grimy bustle, drawing the attention of precisely the sort of individual Bo warned him about. "Oh, goodness gracious. You want to see me, sir?" he responded with his characteristic, unwavering politeness, a stark contrast to the rough-and-tumble environment that swallowed decency whole. A figure, almost too perfectly blended into the flickering ambient light, emerged from the deeper, more deceptive shadows of a nearby market stall. Its outline was momentarily obscured by a dazzling, pulsating holographic display advertising genuine moon gems, 50% off today only, quantum guarantee. Side effects may include temporal instability and an insatiable craving for sin. The merchant was a slick, reptilian-looking humanoid, whose skin shimmered with a subtle, almost hypnotic iridescent quality under the relentless neon glow, changing hues from sapphire to emerald to a disconcerting chartreuse. As he moved, his smile, though superficially friendly, stretched a little too wide across his face, revealing a disconcerting hint of a forked tongue that darted out almost reptilian tick that always preceded a particularly audacious lie. He wore a jacket of iridescence and cut in a style that was simultaneously gaudy and undeniably attention, making him appear to constantly ripple and shimmer, like heat haze over a desert planet, or a hallucination born from bad synthio. In the garish light, this, Bao would have immediately recognized with a frustrated groan that would rattle the very foundations of Xylos 4 and potentially induce seismic activity, was Sly Silas Sterling, a notorious purveyor of rare artifacts, one-time opportunities, guaranteed winnings, sabak cheats, and slightly used, suspiciously cheap stellar vehicles, often with undocumented navigation systems and a tendency to spontaneously reroute to uncharted asteroid fields, known and largely avoided by anyone, common sense, or a functional credit account across several Lorentz sectors of Cosmic Crucible City. "Yeah, I got something truly exceptional, something profoundly unique, to show you, son," Sly Silas purred, his voice a hypnotic blend of unctuous charm and thinly veiled promise, drawing Percy closer with a serpentine hand gesture that managed to be both dismissive and irresistibly inviting. His voice, modulated to a resonant frequency that subtly bypassed Percy's rational filters, seemed to land directly on his desire for wonder and genuine value, bypassing critical thought entirely. Come closer, young Murray. Don't be shy, for I possess an item of such rare beauty, such unparalleled craftsmanship, that it truly requires a closer, more discerning gaze. Only the most worthy, the most appreciative, the truly discerning eye of a hero are permitted to witness its splendor. Percy, ever the soul of good manners, and an inherent, unshakable belief in the fundamental good intentions of all sentient beings, a belief that Beau often likened to a congenital mental defect, perhaps acquired through prolonged exposure to too much Hickenlooper prime sunshine and its attendant simplistic morality, approached the stall. His grav boots thudded softly on the gritty garbage-strewn walkway, a testament to his pure heart treading amidst the dregs of interplanetary commerce. His uniform, still pristine, glowed with an almost angelic purity. His eyes, naturally wide with the wonder of the universe, went even wider, stretching almost painfully, as he spotted the glittering object Silas now held up, catching the light like a perfectly captured miniature star. It radiated a captivating brilliance that shimmered with an inner fire, a faint, almost melodic hum emanating from its depths. It wasn't just a simple wristwatch, the kind one might find at a mundane quartermaster store on any standard military base. It was a complex chronoglyph, a marvel of miniaturized stellar engineering. Its crystalline face displayed not only the precise local time down to an, but also tracked planetary rotations, lunar phases, the subtle ebb and flow of galactic tides, and even the precise rise and set of binary suns across distant, exotic systems. Intricate, almost magical, symbols pulsed faintly across its crystalline face, hinting at untold technological marvels within its elegant design, almost as if it communicated directly with the cosmos itself, channeling stellar energies. "Oh, my stars above," Mr. Percy exclaimed, utterly captivated, a sound of pure awe escaping him, tinged with a childlike delight. "That's a mighty nice chronoglyph there. The most beautiful one I ever did see. It's almost alive. It pulses. It does, like a tiny heart from the stars, beating with cosmic truth." "It's not just a chronoglyph, son," Sly Silas declared, his voice dropping to a low, conspiratorial whisper, as if sharing a profound, earth-shattering secret that only Percy, by virtue of his earnestness, was worthy of hearing. His eyes, fixed on Percy's, seemed to drill directly into his trusting soul, radiating a manufactured sense of shared destiny and cosmic brotherhood. "This here is a truly rare specimen, a piece of galactic history, some say from a forgotten, hyper-advanced civilization, an 18-karat gravitonium casing, encasing a precision 21 crystal movement, meticulously calibrated to interstellar anomalies and quantum fluctuations with astonishing accuracy, capable of predicting solar flares and warp core breaches, with a pure energy weave expansion bracelet that practically molds itself to your wrist, adapting to your very pulse, your unique bios, even resonating with your emotional state. It's an heirloom, almost a work of art, passed down from ancient interstellar navigators who charted the darkest nebulae and transcended temporal dimensions, capable of small, subtle temporal shifts if one knows how to activate them, and, by a peculiar twist of cosmic fate, one that always favors the honest of heart, it can be yours." Sly Silas presented it with the flourish of a seasoned performer, allowing the chronoglyph to gleam enticingly under a miniature, pulsing holographic spotlight that sprang magically from his palm, highlighting its every glittering facet, making it impossible for Percy to look away. Percy's jaw, which had previously dropped slightly in initial, now descended even further, resting somewhere around the vicinity of his meticulously polished grasp, almost dislodged by the sheer opulence of the object and the audacious offer. His eyes, already stretched wide as twin supernova remnants observed from a very precarious distance, stared at the magnificent chronoglyph with a mixture of profound reverence and aching longing. His ingrained Hickenlooper prime sensibilities, however, instantly registered the implied, astronomical value of such a piece. "Oh, my goodness gracious, mister, and you're offering it for purchase," he stammered, his voice filled with childlike awe, a tremor running through it, betraying his deep excitement. "Oh, I could never, ever afford an expensive chronoglyph like that. I truly couldn't. It must cost a fortune. It must." "Why, It looks like it belongs in the sector governor's personal collection, or a museum of ancient wonders. Behind a force field guarded by laser turrets, and surrounded by security droids, programmed to disintegrate. Sly Silas's smile, though still stretching a little too wide for true sincerity, didn't falter in the slightest. It was a well-oiled, perfectly calibrated machine of transactional charm, utterly impervious to inconvenient truths, or any form of buyer's remorse. Why not, my eager young Marine friend? What hinders such a brave, upstanding protector of the galaxy? What keeps a valiant soul from possessing true splendor, a tool worthy of his courage and keen intellect? You've just been paid, haven't you? Fresh credits, gleaming, vibrating with untapped potential in your data pouch. I sense it. A certain irresistible magnetic resonance that only true wealth, or recently acquired military pay, emits. It practically sings to me. It does. A song of new possibilities, new adventures, new gravmat slippers. Percy's chest puffed up slightly, a ripple of pride momentarily overcoming his ingrained humility and his Hickenlooper thriftiness. Yes, I just got my credits dispersed today. Full and proper, they were. Captain Montgomery just gave them to me. He did. Not 15 minutes ago. High in the world. You know that glorious feeling, don't you, Mr. When your data pouch is full and the universe seems boundless, filled with every conceivable possibility, even for humble Marines just looking for some gravmat slippers, and maybe a laser hop for his aunt, and some nutrient paste for his space. Ah, the feeling, the ineffable, magnificent feeling, Sly Silas exclaimed, placing a hand over his shimmering synth-leather chest with exaggerated, almost melodramatic, sincerity. His eyes, though reptilian, managed to convey a surprising depth of manufactured understanding, as if sharing a deeply personal connection with Percy's financial liberation. A familiar, glorious feeling indeed. Well, young Percy, being an ex-serviceman like I once was, he lied effortlessly, having never served anything more strenuous than a brief, unremarkable stint as an underling in a backwater data brokerage, before he discovered his true calling in fleecing. You just kind of feel it in the cosmic ether, when a brave uniform wearer has a bit of spare change. It's a sixth sense. You see, a spiritual bond between a kinship that transcends species and even galactic sectors. It's a connection of souls. It is forged in the fires of military camaraderie. How about it, son? Wouldn't you like to have this magnificent chronoglyph for your very own? A truly fitting token of your valiant service to the Starstone Council. A piece that declares your success to all who gaze upon its brilliance. And a truly effective timekeeping device besides a symbol of your journey. Percy shifted from foot to foot, his ingrained sense of Hickenlooper prime thriftiness battling fiercely with his awe, his longing, and a deep-seated desire to finally own something so spectacularly advanced. His mind, accustomed to practical calculations for farming implements and fuel efficiency, struggled with the sheer opulence being presented, the chasm between its perceived value and his humble means. Well, sir, I'd like it very much. I truly would. It's just so beautiful. It truly is. It's more beautiful than a double supernova on a clear night. It truly outshines the binary suns themselves. But a chronoglyph like that wouldn't ever come within my budgetary parameters, I reckon. My fiscal responsibilities, you see, are quite extensive. I've got my family allotments to send back home to support Mother Pippin and the various livestock creatures, like our two-headed space, who need a lot of nutrient paste to grow properly and prevent Tiana, Jama squabbles. And I've got to buy my new gravmat slippers, as my old ones are quite warped now from the atmospheric cleansing incident on Xylos 4. They barely levitate now. And I've got to get a rather special present for my Aunt Bethany's upcoming biopod harvesting festival, a celebratory, perhaps, if I can find one at a good, honest price, with a solid warranty. No, it's impossible. I simply could never, ever afford an expensive chronoglyph like that. It's too grand for me. It is. Too much of a cosmic indulgence for a simple Moraine from Hickenlooper Prime, I fear, and I wouldn't want to overspend my modest credits. Sly Silas chuckled, a dry, rustling sound like scales rubbing together, a sound that, had Percy been more cynical, might have betrayed a hint of suppressed, malicious amusement. His mind, meanwhile, was racing, calculating how to turn this unexpected underestimation of the chronoglyph's true value to his ultimate, overwhelming advantage, ensuring maximum illicit profit. Wait a minute, son. Before you dismiss this unparalleled opportunity, before you allow your sensible Hickenlooper prime ethics to override a chance at such splendor, just tell me, how much do you honestly think this magnificent chronoglyph costs? Give me your best, most educated guess. Young Marine, don't hold back. I value your honest assessment. I truly do. Your simple wisdom is often superior to convoluted financial models. Percy squinted at the shimmering chronoglyph, turning his head from side to side, then tilting it, trying to catch every glint of light, trying to recall prices from his limited knowledge of space mall advertising and the highly selective planetary news channels available on Hickenlooper Prime, which often exaggerated prices for urban folk. He made a rapid, internal mental calculation, factoring in the inherent quality, the rare gravitonium, the advanced crystal movement, and the sheer amount of glittering precious metal, then adjusted it slightly based on what seemed reasonable for a good, solid, yet still somewhat affordable, item back home. He truly wanted to be fair, for both himself and the seller. He pondered the market fluctuations, the rarity indices, the perceived value. He finally settled on a figure that represented a significant, yet achievable, investment for a diligent Marine. Well, I reckon it's gotta be, at least, 12.95 credits, sir. At least that much. Maybe even 13 credits, if it's a very good day for the seller and the market flux is favorable for luxury goods. But I don't want to seem extravagant. It's a proper sum for such a quality piece. It is, and I wouldn't want to offer anything less. I wouldn't. That wouldn't be right to your honesty, sir. Sly Silas blinked, a flash of genuine, unfeigned surprise rippling through his reptilian eyes. 12.95 credits. Unbelievable. The markup I planned, based on his general appearance was a mere 300% for my acquisition cost. But this, he's undershot his own valuation by a factor of 10, possibly more. The universe truly does provide to the cunning, and to the utterly guileless, for entirely different reasons. The internal calculations of a master grifter, however, were swift, brutal, and unyielding. The surprise, a momentary crack in his flawless facade, was instantly masked by an even more radiant, utterly sincere smile, practically blinding in its false brilliance. A smile that would put any deep space void squid to shame. It's as if you can read my very thoughts, young Percy. You can. Perhaps you have some latent telepathic abilities yourself. An untapped cosmic gift. Maybe. That's right, son. Sly Silas quickly recovered, his voice oozing a newfound, almost overwhelming sincerity. Now, a carefully crafted blend of benevolent generosity and profound awe at Percy's unexpected, unintentional acumen. 12.95 credits. And that, young Marine, includes the minuscule sales flux fee mandated by the sector governor's new inter-sector trade agreements, a mere pittance for such quality, and as a truly special bonus reserved only for a brave, discerning Marine such as yourself, a lifetime quantum warranty, covering all parts, labor, and even unforeseen cosmic anomalies. For as long as you shall breathe and traverse the stars, you'll never have to worry about this chronoglyph ever again, for as long as you exist. It's practically indestructible, completely serviceable by my own team of highly trained droid mechanics, and an unparalleled investment, a heritage item. It is. A family heirloom for generations of Pippins, passed down through the stellar ages, marking your unique place in the cosmos. Percy's jaw, which had been previously dropped in amazement, now rested somewhere around the vicinity of his polished almost dislodged by the sheer incredulity of the situation. His eyes, stretched wide, could barely contain his astonishment. $12.95. Credit for this masterpiece of stellar craftsmanship, with a lifetime quantum warranty. Thank you very much, Mr. I truly appreciate the generous offer. I do. It's very kind of you. It truly is. It's beyond all expectations. It truly outshines any star. But I just couldn't. It wouldn't be right. It's too much of a bargain. It is. It just doesn't feel proper. I feel like I'd be taking advantage of your boundless kindness and the hardships of your supplier. It truly feels like larceny. It does. Like I'm robbing you blind. Even if you insist I'm not. It just feels wrong to my conscience. It does. Like a heavy burden. Sly Silas scoffed, feigning deep, profound indignation. pressing his hand to his shimmering synth-leather chest once more with a flourish. You can't take it, young man. For such a trifling sum as 12.95 credits for a chronoglyph of this unparalleled quality and cosmic heritage, why, you'd be cheating yourself. And that, my friend, I simply cannot abide. It offends my deepest, most sacred business ethics, my sense of planetary justice. Everybody knows that a genuine chronoglyph with a 21 Christo movement and 18-karat casing costs at least 10 times that much. Often more, in the most prestigious quantum sector markets, on Elysium Sever, no less. No, I just couldn't, in good conscience, allow you to pass up such a stellar opportunity. My moral code, you see, it prevents me from allowing such an injustice. I simply couldn't do that to you. You, a selfless Marine, deserve nothing but the finest deals, the purest value, the most unparalleled quality, presented on a silver platter. Percy's brow furrowed in utter confusion, a small, pained sound escaping him, a perplexed bleat. He scratched his head vigorously, utterly perplexed by the merchant's unyielding insistence. Ha! Cheating myself? But I don't want to cheat nobody's, not even myself. That ain't honest. It ain't the Hickenlooper Prime way. It isn't. Mother Pippin taught me to always be fair, to always look out for others. She did, and it just wouldn't be fair to you, sir, to make you lose so much on my behalf, even if it is to me. What's your name, son? Sly Silas inquired, stepping even closer, his hand resting almost yet with a surprising firmness and an expertly calibrated pressure on Percy's shoulder. A gesture designed to create an immediate, subtle, yet powerful bond. His eyes, though reptilian, managed to convey a surprising depth of manufactured sincerity, boring into Percy's, seeking to control his every thought, to overwhelm his resistance. PFC Pippin, Percy clarified, still wrestling with a profound moral dilemma that seemed to spiral endlessly within his trusting mind, a mental maelstrom of ethics and desire. Percival Pippin, sir, from Hickenlooper Prime, a honest colony in the Outer Rim, where fair trade is a way of life, and swindling is a major offense. My name's Silas, the merchant introduced, a charming, albeit artificial, smile now fixed on his face, one that showed a surprising number of pearly white teeth, gleaming unnervingly. Sly Silas, the serviceman's pal, your trusted advisor in galactic commerce, your confidant in deals that seem too good to be true, but are your guide in these treacherous market waters. A pure, uncorrupted light in this often dark, cynical galaxy. Percy just blinked, a little overwhelmed by the torrent of praise and the unexpected spiritual diagnosis. He looked down at the chronoglyph, then back at Sly Silas, trying desperately to discern truth from the dazzling, almost hypnotic light of compliments. He simply didn't know how to respond to such an avalanche of flattery. In all my cycles in this demanding but incredibly rewarding business, catering to brave men and diverse multi-species personnel from all corners of the armed forces, Sly Silas declared, his voice swelling with manufactured emotion, designed to pluck at the heartstrings of any impressionable, well-meaning individual, manipulating their innate desire for justice and fairness. I've never, ever felt such a profound, deep-seated rapport with a customer. It's as if our spirits are intertwined by the cosmic loom itself, woven together by fate, destined for this moment, a cosmic convergence of honest commerce. Imagine, young Percy, worrying about my meager profit margins, my mere existence, when presented with a chance at such splendor. Your generosity of spirit, your boundless empathy, is truly unparalleled. Across all known sectors, it is a rarity, a beacon of selflessness in a mercenary galaxy. Just take the chronoglyph, son. Please, I insist. It will bring you unparalleled joy. And, more importantly, it will lift an immense weight from my conscience, knowing I've helped a poor, struggling distributor in these difficult galactic times. It's not merely a transaction. It's a humanitarian endeavor. It is a true act of cosmic charity for all involved. And it would be an honor for me to make this humble offering to such a pure soul as yourself. Do not deny me this, young Marine, I beg of you. Percy, now holding the magnificent chronoglyph for the second time, felt a dizzying mix of elation, profound confusion, and deeply ingrained discomfort. He was being offered a magnificent item, seemingly as a gift, for what amounted to little more than loose change. His Hickenlooper prime upbringing, with its strictures against ill-gotten gains and unearned advantage, had instilled in him a deep, unshakable sense of fairness and a strong aversion to anything resembling an unfair bargain, especially one that benefited him too greatly. Oh, I just couldn't. Mr. Sly. Silas, he insisted, trying once more, weakly, to hand it back, his voice thick with genuine distress and a deep ethical conflict. As much as I'd like to have it, and it truly is beautiful, it truly is. It's a sight to behold. It truly glimmers like the purest stardust. It shines brighter than any meat. I just wouldn't enjoy it, knowing how I'd taken advantage of your boundless kindness and obvious altruism. It wouldn't sit right with my moral compass. It wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to sleep on my comfortable new mattress pad from the quartermaster. I wouldn't. My sleep cycles would be disturbed by guilt. They would, and I'm a very light sleeper. Sly Silas leaned in again, lowering his voice conspiratorially, his scales shimmering faintly as he made subtle adjustments to his personal energy field, emitting carefully selected soothing pheromones designed to calm and persuade. A technique learned from a particularly wily deep space negotiator known for charming credits, directly out of pockets of even the most hardened galactic senators. Well, look, son, would you feel any better? Would your tender Hickenlooper prime conscience be eased if I told you that, despite this incredible, this almost criminal sacrifice on my part, I was still, somehow, by a pure, unadulterated cosmic stroke of luck and sheer business acumen, managing to make a little something, just a tiny, insignificant profit, a mere fraction of what is owed, to keep my struggling business afloat, to feed my starving family of sentient gas sacks, who require exotic methane, and to secure a meager retirement plan for my old droid companions, who have served me so faithfully for generations. It is the least I can do to keep my dignity, Percy. Percy looked up, hope rekindling in his wide, innocent eyes, a flicker of profound relief touching his face. The idea of easing someone's suffering resonated deeply with his Hickenlooper upbringing. He truly wanted everyone to be happy, especially those who seemed to be struggling so nobly. You are, sir. You truly are. Oh, goodness. Practically giving it to me like you are. I didn't see how you could be making even a single credit. I thought you were sacrificing your shirt. You were, and probably your pants. And that would be quite uncomfortable for you. It would, leaving you exposed to the harsh Zolosian winds and the suspicious glances of the market patrols, who always look for poorly dressed merchants. Well, Silas explained, spinning a tale as old as interstellar trade itself, weaving fact, fiction, and thinly veiled references to shadowy black markets into a surprisingly coherent and deeply sympathetic narrative, designed to appeal directly to Percy's empathy. He leaned closer, lowering his voice to a resonant murmur. Once in a great while, young Percy, one of my, shall we say, non-traditional suppliers, perhaps a rogue asteroid miner with a desperate need for credits after a shaft collapse, or an eccentric stellar botanist who unearths ancient relics that must be moved quickly due to unforeseen orbital events and planetary preservation laws, gets a hold of a particularly desirable piece of merchandise. Perhaps it's from a slightly too hasty reacquisition event during a recent border skirmish with necessitating a quick divestment to avoid heavier losses and intergalactic diplomatic incidents, or a massive cargo manifest mix-up during a freak meteor shower in the uncharted sectors, or even a sudden, unexpected surplus due to a fluctuating celestial commodity market. And, due to the peculiar pressures of the galactic economy and the sudden, dire needs of such suppliers, he simply has to unload it in a hurry. You know what I mean? Pure market forces at play. They're an unfortunate but necessary part of doing business in these unpredictable where swift action is paramount to survival. And a quick profit can sometimes prevent utter ruin for myself and my poor, unfortunate suppliers. Oh sure. Percy's face brightened with a sudden, profound, and utterly naive understanding. His Hickenlooper prime experiences clicked into place with uncanny precision. You mean he's overstocked? Just bursting with too many beautiful chronoglyphs, isn't he? And he needs to get rid of them so he can reorder something new, like bioluminescent vegetables for his orbital farm, to keep his business thriving and his family happy. I understand perfectly. I do. That's just good business. It is. Clearing out inventory so new can come in, like a fresh crop after a harvest. Sly Silas paused, utterly taken aback for the second time in their transaction. He spluttered faintly, a sound like gravel shifting in his throat. He had not anticipated such accidental brilliance, such an innocent understanding of the core concept. Overstocked, unhung. Exactly, Percy. He practically vibrated with relief, adapting his narrative on the fly, amazed at Percy's accidental brilliance. You truly understand the intricate nuances of high-value and galactic trade. You do. You have an innate business sense, young man, a mind for commerce, a real mercantile genius, perhaps even better than my own. I'm humbled by your insight. Truly I am. Back home on Hickenlooper Prime, Percy laughed, eager to share his parallel experiences and prove his understanding. At the hydrofuel station where I used to work for Farmer Jed, sometimes we'd get terribly overstocked on atmospheric filters for the land crawlers and the orbital tractors, and then we'd just have to run a massive clearance event. A huge sale. Just had to move them, before they biodegraded from exposure to the binary suns or became clogged with asteroid dust. So you have to do the same thing. You do. You're helping your friend clear out his stock. What a good friend you are, Mr. Sly Silas. Thinking of others first, even with your own struggles and difficulties. Yeah, whatever you want to call it, son, Sly Silas interjected, quickly interposing himself between Percy and Ferdinand, potentially damning, insightful eager to redirect the conversation back to the sale. Overstocked, distribution, anomaly, market fluctuation, distress, sale, rapid asset liquidation, you name it. It's all the same thing in the unpredictable galactic marketplace. And, frankly, very tiring to navigate. I tell you, this young Marine is an opportunity of a lifetime, an honest-to-goodness cosmic stroke of pure luck. And it'd just break my heart, a sensitive heart that has seen much sorrow in these star lanes and faced many a difficult fiscal quarter, to see you pass it up. My poor, unfortunate supplier. He was practically tearing his scales out worrying about this immense surplus of precious chrono. His brood of tiny space, he told me with tears in his multifaceted eyes, and I simply cannot stand idly by and witness such suffering. You must act, young Percy. Percy chewed on his lip, his inherent kindness warring fiercely with his innate Hickenlooper caution. His desire to help the overstocked supplier and suffering merchant ultimately outweighed his lingering unease. It simply felt right to alleviate such distress. He couldn't bear the thought of tiny space lizards going hungry, a plight that resonated deeply with his agrarian upbringing. Well, goodness gracious, Mr. Sly Silas, if you really feel that way about it, I suppose it would be wrong of me to add to someone else's troubles, wouldn't it? That wouldn't be neighborly. It wouldn't, and that's a core principle of Hickenlooper Prime. I must help. I must. My conscience compels me to ease your burden and save those tiny, hungry space lizards from their inevitable starvation. How else can I feel, young Percy? Sly Silas urged, his reptilian eyes now practically swimming with feigned emotion, an Oscar-worthy performance of genuine, heartfelt despair. He thrust the chronoglyph back into Percy's now open hand with firm conviction. Take it, please. I insist. It will bring you unparalleled joy. And, more importantly, it will lift an immense weight from my conscience, knowing I've helped a poor, struggling distributor in these difficult galactic times. It's not merely a transaction. It's a humanitarian endeavor. It is a true act of cosmic charity for all involved. And it would be an honor for me to make this humble offering to such a pure soul as yourself. Do not deny me this, young Marine, I beg of you, for the space lizard's sake. Goodness me, Percy breathed, admiring the sparkling chronoglyph, which seemed to pulse with an almost spiritual light, now that it was honestly acquired, a symbol of his selfless act. He felt a deep sense of satisfaction. Well, here's the credits then, Mr. Sly Silas. He fumbled in his utility pouch, extracting a few shiny tokens with painstaking care, counting them out precisely. Let's see now. This is 5 credits, and another 5. That's 10.11. 12, 13 credits. Mr. Sly Silas, you can just keep the change for your trouble. You really have been through a lot with this overstocked situation. You have. This will cover your emotional distress, I reckon, and perhaps buy your space lizards some nice, delicious, fresh nutrient paste to help them thrive and prosper. Sly Silas deftly, almost imperceptibly, plucked the credits from Percy's palm, his smile widening to truly reptilian proportions, genuine, avaricious triumph glinting in his eyes. He had extracted nearly 200% profit from an item originally valued at a fraction of a credit, and the customer had thanked him profusely and given him an extra credit chip, all while worrying about fictional stories. He had to resist the urge to cuckold, a sound that might give away his true nature and ruin his carefully crafted persona. "Well, thanks, son," he purred, stuffing the credits into a hidden pouch that seemed to expand infinitely within his shimmering jacket. "This has truly made my cycle. It has. A transaction based on mutual understanding and benevolent trade. A humanitarian endeavor, if I ever saw one. Your generosity is as boundless as the void. Percy, you are a truly exceptional Marine, and a credit to your obscure home planetoid. May your journey through the stars be as bright as this chronoglyph, and your kindness always be rewarded." Percy, still admiring his magnificent new acquisition, the gravitonium chronoglyph gleaming proudly on his wrist, suddenly remembered something, a small, nagging detail that his Hickenlooper prime honesty demanded he clarify. He frowned slightly, his inner ethical compass pointing him towards a final, crucial question. "Mr. Sly Silas," he ventured, his voice slightly hesitant, his brow furrowed once more in earnest concern. "About that lifetime quantum warranty you mentioned, sir. You promised a very robust warranty. You did, and I heard it quite clearly in all the bustling of the market. It was very compelling. It was—" Sly Silas, already shuffling subtly, almost his smile, though still wide, became a fraction more strained, a mere sliver of his reptilian lips. "A lifetime quantum warranty. Yeah, what about it, son?" His eyes flickered nervously, already searching for an escape route, a convenient distraction, anything to avert further detailed inquiry into the specifics of his lifetime quantum warranty, which typically had more loopholes than a black hole, had singularities, and was often backed by a non-existent corporate entity, registered on a gaseous exoplanet light years away. "Well," Percy pondered, his brow furrowed in earnest consideration, "utterly innocent in his fiscal conscientiousness, for what you charged me for the chronoglyph. And seeing as your supplier was so very overstocked from that reacquisition event, and you went to all that trouble, and those poor I reckon 10 or 15 stellar rotations would be more than fair for a warranty. A generous 15-cycle warranty seems more than adequate for a good, solid timepiece like this. You shouldn't have to warrant it for my whole life, Mr. Sly Silas. That just wouldn't be a fair shake for your struggling business. It wouldn't. You'd be losing out on potential future profits and replacement costs, and I wouldn't want that for you. It's just not right. It isn't. It wouldn't be the Hickenlooper prime way to burden you with such a long-term commitment, especially when you're being so kind to me." Sly Silas just stared at Percy for a long, agonizing moment, his reptilian face utterly blank, his sales pitch circuits almost entirely overwhelmed. His internal processors crashed, a blue screen error flickering briefly across his ocular implants, momentarily rendering him frozen. He was, for once, truly speechless, struggling to process the unwavering, almost crippling, innocence of his customer. It defied all known principles of fleecing. He slowly shook his head, a dry, rustling sigh escaping his lips, a sound of profound bewilderment. He needed to escape before his own internal programming short-circuited entirely from cognitive dissonance. "A very happy afternoon to you, PFC Pippin," he finally managed, his voice strained but regaining a professional sheen through sheer force of habit. He turned abruptly and, with a speed that belied his previous theatrical lethargy, melted back into the shadows of the Astrohaven market, a faint, almost musical jingle of credits accompanying his swift departure. He needed a stiff synth-thrill, a long meditation session in a zero-G tank, and perhaps a moment of quiet, existential contemplation to recalibrate his entire understanding of human, or rather, Hickenlooper, Primean psychology. This transaction would be legend amongst the shady merchants, an enduring enigma for generations to come, spoken of in hushed, bewildered tones as the Pippin paradox. Word count. Continuing from the original script, "The happy afternoon to you, Sergeant Carter. What is it, pal? I'm trying to catch up with this paperwork. What do you want?" "Oh, I thought I'd just stop by and kill some time." Back at the Starstone Galactic encampment, Captain Beauregard Montgomery, his ocular implants feeling gritty and his skull throbbing with the accumulated stress of the credit disbursement cycle, was making a last-ditch, desperate effort to claw his way out from under the administrative avalanche that threatened to engulf his career. Datapads and rolls of obsolete parchment littered his desk like debris after a particularly violent meteor shower. He meticulously reviewed a maintenance log for the mess hall's protein paste dispenser. Its last recorded repair, a baffling scroll in an unknown alien script about a sentient fungal growth, requiring rhythmic encouragement, that had apparently developed a fondness for polka music. Bo felt a profound sense of weary futility, a crushing despair that settled over him like Xylos Ivy's toxic dust. Just then, a presence, both brightly optimistic and deeply irritating, announced itself at his door. "A very happy afternoon to you, Captain Montgomery, sir. A truly stellar one. It is." Percy's cheerful voice, a insistent bell in the oppressive silence of Bo's office, preceded his entrance. Bo jumped, startled, nearly knocking over a precarious stack of quartermaster deficiency reports. Unaccounted for, carbonated to pre-Starstone era. These reports had been teetering on the edge of his desk, like monuments to administrative despair. He slammed a hand down, a frustrated growl rumbling in his chest, rattling his fillings. "Pippin, what in the cosmic void is it now? For the love of all that is orderly in the galaxy, can you not detect an aura of profound, existential misery? I'm trying to catch up with this monumental pile of paperwork, trying to avoid being declared administratively bankrupt by Colonel Ramsey. What do you want now? Has another two-headed space llama gotten loose in the mess hall and attempted to lead a coup?" His voice was a raw, strained croak, betraying his utter exhaustion and his rapidly dwindling reserves of patience. "Oh, goodness gracious, I thought I'd just stop by and kill some time with my commanding officer." "I did," Percy explained, completely oblivious to Bo's escalating agitation, his earnest face beaming, completely with his usual lack of self-awareness regarding personal space. He promptly took an uninvited seat on the edge of Bo's Durasteel console, his weight making it creak ominously. His grav boots narrowly missed a sensitive data input port that, if struck incorrectly, controlled the entire encampment's gravlift systems. The horrifying image of the barracks slowly ascending into orbit, filled with unsuspecting, sleeping Marines, all shouting accusations at a rapidly descending rogue console, flashed vividly through Bo's mind. "Well, kill it somewhere else. Pippin, immediately. And for the love of the Starstone Council, not on my desk." Bo roared, practically leaping from his chair, scattering datapads like startled space larks caught in a solar flare. "I got to clear all this up, every single bite of it, before I can even think about getting out of here. Before I can hope to retrieve some semblance of my lost dignity after that embarrassing performance review and the ongoing investigation into the mysterious disappearance of the official quartermaster, which mysteriously vanished during your last cleaning cycle. So beat it, Pippin, before I assign you to perpetual latrine duty on a methane moon with a sentient bacterial colony that exclusively feeds on overly optimistic organic compounds." "Well, Captain, maybe I could pitch in and help." "I could," Percy offered, already reaching for a stray datapad with eager, unhelpful hands. His fingers hovered, brimming with intent, ready to organize Bo's meticulously disheveled system. "I got plenty of time. I do. My credit, disbursement cycle plans have concluded with remarkable efficiency. All my errands are run, all my needs are met, and I'm good with tidying things up. Mother Pippin says I have a knack for organization. She does, even for complicated interstellar logistical reports that seem to defy all known indexing systems." Bo smacked his hand away from the sensitive data. The contact made an alarming thwack sound, like a faulty servo. "Pippin, you got your pass, your freshly acquired credit chips. Go into Astro, catch a holoflick someplace, buy some of those hydrosanitation footwear items you're so fond of, you know, for optimal foot hygiene and interstellar foot comfort. Just get out of here before I confine you 2 quarters for a full stellar cycle and assign you to manually alphabetize every single grain of sand on Zy by molecular density." "Right, Captain." Percy sprung to his feet, managing a sharp, surprisingly agile salute despite his proximity to Bow, almost bumping his helmet against the overhead lighting panel. "But before I go," Captain, he added, his voice lowering to a more intimate, almost confidential tone, as if sharing a profound secret with a trusted comrade. "Would you happen to have the right time, sir? My new chronoglyph, the beautiful one from Mr. Sly Silas, is showing a rather peculiar time relative to standard galactic rotation. It seems to have stopped rather abruptly in mid-oscillation, and I'm afraid it won't even tick. It won't. Beau's eye twitched violently. A deep, guttural sound, like a faulty airlock gasket straining under immense pressure just before a catastrophic breach, escaped his throat. He stared at Percy, then at his wrist. He broke it already. Or, it was always broken. Pippin, what in the cosmic void is it now? Get out of here, before I spontaneously combust from sheer, unadulterated exasperation, and assign you to solitary sonic shower duty for a full stellar cycle in a high-pressure plasma chamber, cleaning the hyperdrive conduits of a decommissioned cargo freighter. Oh, goodness me. I'm sorry, Captain, Percy said, looking genuinely contrite, his face falling like a misplaced meteor from its intended orbit, now floating uselessly in the void. I didn't mean to bother you. I didn't. I just wanted to show off my new chronoglyph. Captain, the magnificent one. It's so shiny. It is, even if it does seem to be stuck in one particular temporal loop. He held out his wrist. The magnificent gravitonium chronoglyph now, unbeknownst to him, a rapidly failing timepiece. Perhaps even an inert bauble, gleaming resplendently under the harsh barracks lights. An undeniable beacon of luxury and elegance, albeit one with a rapidly expiring internal battery and a profound functional deficiency. Beau blinked, then again, harder, willing, away the encroaching madness, the sudden, overwhelming desire to simply bash his head against his durasteel desk. His face, already a mottled red from fury, began to take on a purplish hue, usually reserved for dying nebulae, or perhaps extreme planetary pressure events that precede catastrophic implosion. He stared at Percy's wrist, then at the frozen hands of the chronoglyph, which resolutely pointed to a random time. You're new? What? Beau demanded, his voice a strained croak of disbelief, a whisper of mounting terror. My new chronoglyph, Captain, Percy clarified, beaming with an almost childish pride, completely oblivious to Beau's escalating terror and impending neurological shutdown. He thrust his wrist closer to Beau's face, practically bumping his nose with the inert timepiece, as if Beau needed a closer examination of its defunct beauty. Beau's fury momentarily overshadowed his confusion. Let me see that, Pippin. Beau snapped, grabbing Percy's wrist with an unexpected fierceness, yanking it towards his ocular implants, his gaze narrowing to suspicious slits, focusing on the inert mechanism. He rotated the chronoglyph, scrutinizing every inch of its gleaming surface, its now frozen crystalline face, its silent, useless mechanisms. This couldn't be happening, not again, not already. You don't have to worry about dropping it either, Captain, Percy prattled on, utterly oblivious to the growing fury radiating from Beau, because it's guaranteed shockproof for atmospheric re-entry, tested by gravity fluctuations, and even minor asteroid collisions. Nothing can break it, the man said. It's indestructible, and it doesn't even have to worry about showing the time anymore. Since it has stopped, it just rests on my wrist for adornment, like a beautiful jewel. Beau, still rotating the defunct timepiece, peered at it under the harsh, fluorescent light. And it's also hydroproof and so you can wear it in the deepest space of the wettest nebula, impervious to all known environmental hazards, Percy added helpfully, parroting additional sales pitch points with remarkable accuracy, clearly having committed the entire speech to memory. The man said it would never corrode, never rust, never fail. Gravitonium, huh? Beau mumbled, his voice tight with suspicion, tracing a finger over the ornate casing. The device itself still felt solid, weighty, and undeniably impressive in its inert state. You mean this is really gravitonium, Pippin, the real deal? Or some clever alloy designed to fool the unwary and the chronically gullible who stumble upon dubious market stalls? Positively, Captain, Percy affirmed, nodding so hard his head bobbed, an almost palpable sound of earnest conviction radiating from him, like a small, self-reaches sonic wave. 18 carat, with 21 crystals to boot, and it's hydroproof, vacuum-proof, shockproof, and probably even able to withstand a direct blast from a low-yield energy weapon. Mr. Sly Silas said it would last a lifetime. Your whole life, he said. Why, he even extended the warranty for a cycle or two, just because I was so honest about my purchase. He was so grateful. Percy beamed, radiating innocent, unadulterated pride in his astute, yet utterly disastrous, purchase, a triumph of perceived value over actual functionality. Beau's eyes darted from the gleaming, defunct chronoglyph to Percy's guileless face, a look of profound, dawning horror settling over him. He felt as though a trap had been meticulously set, baited with false promises, and he, in his momentary fatigue and desperate need to solve a crisis, had allowed Pippin to walk directly into it, dragging his entire reputation with him. What did you do, Pippin? Blow your whole credit allocation on this fraudulent-looking timepiece? Was this another one of your ill-advised purchases from the bargain sector? The one you found advertised by a shifty-looking multi-limbed group who smells faintly of recycled plasma exhaust and bad synth? Guess what it cost, Captain? Just guess. Percy was practically bouncing on the balls of his grav boots, unable to contain his excitement, his eyes sparkling with delight, like distant stars. He wanted Beau to share in his amazing good fortune, to validate his extraordinary find, to marvel at his negotiating prowess. Beau let out a cynical chuckle, a hollow, bitter sound that seemed to rattle around the small office, reverberating with unspoken defeat. Well, Pippin, a genuine gravitonium chronoglyph like this, one with such intricate workings and precious metals, should cost at least 100 credits. Easy. Probably more. Knowing the treacherous market fluctuations of Astrohaven and the nefarious pricing schemes of its most reputable merchants. Percy giggled, a pure, innocent sound of delight, like tiny bells chiming. You're just a little bit off, Captain. Beau's voice climbed, his exasperation quickly overriding his strategic caution. He was losing control. You mean you paid more for this glittering bauble, Pippin? Despite my previous warnings about Astrohaven merchants and their cunning ploys, have you no sense of some— No, Percy declared triumphantly, his grin stretching even wider, practically blinding. Then what in the cosmic void did you pay for it, Pippin? Beau roared, his patience already stretched thin to the point of transparency, now threatening to snap completely, like a heavily stressed plasma conduit. He dreaded the answer, almost fearing it more than the possibility of another Zargonian bar fight with extensive property damage. $12.95. Credits, Captain. Beau dropped Percy's wrist as if it was suddenly aflame, scalding his hand with its audacious absurdity. He clutched his own temples, his head feeling like a pressurized space capsule about to breach, its rivets groaning under the strain. $12.95 credits for this chronoglyph, Pippin. His voice cracked, reaching an octave usually reserved for emergency com signals during planetary a shriek of pure, unadulterated disbelief. Including sales, flux, and a lifetime quantum warranty. Captain, Percy confirmed, his smile unwavering, completely oblivious to Beau's rapidly spiraling mental state. Do you think I got a good deal, Captain? For a chronoglyph that's shockproof and practically unbreakable, even if it has stopped telling the time for some peculiar reason. It feels like I practically stole it. I do. It was such a bargain. Almost criminal, but in a good way. Good deal. Pippin? Beau seethed, his face turning a shade of angry purple, usually reserved for dying nebulae, or perhaps extreme planetary pressure events that precede catastrophic implosion. He slammed his fists on his desk again. Pippin, how in the name of the Starstone Council, how in the very fabric of galactic economics, can anybody at all, sell you a genuine gravitonium chronoglyph for $12.95 credits? This defies all known laws of interstellar commerce and basic planetary economics. It's a swindle of cosmic proportions, Pippin, one that would make even the most hardened